Shout out to everybody. We back. You know what I mean? I kind of want to see what's going on with Bret Baer. He did a little interview with Donald Trump, and then we're going to get into the debates and everything that's going on. Shout out to him. See what's up with this.
House in Palm Beach, Florida. We're pleased to be joined by the 45th and 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Mr. President, thanks for having us.
Thank you very much.
Happy Super Bowl.
Thank you.
You know, you are going to be...
Shout out to Froggy Megs. Appreciate you.
The first sitting president to attend a Super Bowl. It's a big day for America, always is. What made you want to do it?
Well, first of all, I'm very surprised to hear that. I would have assumed many presidents came, but I think just the spirit of the country's taken on a whole new life.
And just let everybody know, this is the first sitting president ever that has attended the Super Bowl. So that's very interesting.
I thought it would be a good thing for the country to have the president be at the game.
It's an iconic day.
It's an iconic day. It's going to be a great game, two great teams. And let's see what happens.
You know, it seems the first days of this administration are like a no-huddle offense. You know, plays going down the field, one after another. There's a long list of things you've already got done in 3 weeks. Big border policy changes, ICE crackdowns on criminals, taking biological men out of women and girls' sports, big energy policy changes. So what's different with you and your administration? The difference between the 45th president and the 47th president?
Well, with the 45th, I had tremendous...
What's up, Tim? What's up, Mike Ferranda?
Opposition, but I didn't know people, and I didn't have the kind of support that I needed. I put people in office, some really great ones, but I had some that I wouldn't have put. I would have, known better if it were a couple of years later, or if I had a little more experience in D.C. I was a New York person, not a D.C. person, and I had a lot of opposition. I just noticed, I looked on the stage for the recent inauguration, and I'm looking, it's like a who's who of Washington. Well, if you look on the stage for the first one, it was just the opposite.
So some of your plays have raised some questions and had some pushbacks. 19 states' attorneys general filed a lawsuit, and early Saturday, a judge agreed with them to restrict Elon Musk and his government efficiency team, Doge, from accessing Treasury Department payment and data systems. They said there was a risk of irreparable harm. What do you make of that? And does that slow you down on what you want to do?
No, I disagree with it 100%. I think it's...
First of all, shout out to Elon Musk for trying to go and do the Doge government, Department of Government Efficiency. He's uncovered a lot of waste, a lot of spending, and I think he saved us like billions and billions of dollars so far. So shout out to him.
It's crazy. And we have to...
And Trump is about to have him not only do a forensic audit of the Treasury Department, he's going to have him do a forensic audit of the military to see what waste has been spent there, so shout out to him.
Solve the efficiency problem. We have to solve the fraud, waste, abuse, all the things that have gone into the government. You take a look at the USAID, the kind of fraud in there.
And you found significant things.
Well, we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars of money that's going to places where it shouldn't be going, where if I read a list, you'd say this is ridiculous, and you've read the same lists, and there are many that you haven't even seen. It's crazy. It's a big scam. Now, there's some good money, and we can do that through any one of a number. I think I'd rather give it to Marco Rubio over at the State Department. Let him take care of the few good ones. So I don't know if it's kickbacks or what's going on, but the people, look, I ran on this, and the people want me to find it. And I've had a great help with Elon Musk, who's been terrific.
Bottom line, you say you trust him.
Trust Elon? Oh, he's not gaining anything. In fact, I wonder how he can devote the time to it. He's so into it. But I told him to do that. Then I'm going to tell him very soon, like maybe in 24 hours, to go check the Department of Education. He's going to find the same thing. Then I'm going to go to the military. Let's check the military. We're going to find billions, hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud and abuse. But I campaigned on this, Bret.
You announced tariffs on Canada and Mexico. You immediately got action from both of them on border security and drug interdiction.
I did. A lot of action.
Is that good enough?
Is that good enough? No, it's not good enough.
So more needed in 30 days.
Something has to happen. It's not sustainable, and I'm changing it.
You know, the Prime Minister said this weekend to a group of Canadian businessmen, he was at a private meeting, he said that your wish for...
Froggy Maxie said, corrupt has been stealing our money. J. Cruz said, been stealing from us. Yeah, man, they're just doing it in your face now. The crazy part about it, like back in the 90s, shout out to Tim Lawson, let's see you here. Back in the 90s, we heard about government corruption, and I think this is why they want kind of a stronghold on social media, and they kind of want to get like rid of companies like TikTok and stuff like that, because it's bringing people together. Regular people are getting followers. Like, I'm regular, and I've got like, I got like 30 some thousand followers off of 2 videos. You know what I mean? Like, so they don't want stuff like that. And TikTok has been exposing a lot of things that people in government have been doing. And so now that we see it, on social media every day, how corrupt a lot of these Congress people and senators and House of Representative people are, like how Nancy Pelosi, how corrupt she was when she was in office. Now that we see stuff like that, it's just like, what is going on? So I think Trump's approach to let's have a transparency government, right? So where y'all see me signing these executive orders, you see me meeting with these prime ministers and presidents, you hear what I have to say about it. I'm very direct. I tell you in interviews, I tell you everything that's going on. I'm going to release the JFK files, the Martin Luther King file. Like, I'm going to be as transparent as I possibly can be as a president. I think that's like probably the best way of doing it, because you don't want, like, later on down the road, people to find out and blast you on social media, finding out that you are actually, like, corrupt. So he's playing it smart by utilizing, I feel like, social media to his advantage, and I think the Biden administration not really utilizing social media, I think it's worked to their detriment. They ended up the Democratic Party, what did they do? They lost the election. You know what I mean? And they've been like going in on social media. Oh, we need to get rid of social media. There needs to be more government regulation, more government oversight. Next thing you know, they going ahead and implementing like laws in order to take TikTok out and do this. And then they trying to blame, Trump was the person who initiated the inquiry about TikTok. No, Trump, he thought they were getting rid of like personal information and giving our information to like enemies. When he found out that the servers were actually in the United States, he stopped the investigation and let TikTok play out. But no, it was the Biden administration that tried to get rid of social media. You got Mark Zuckerberg coming forward. And what did Mark Zuckerberg say? He said that, I'm getting calls from government officials telling me to take down, memes, this, that, and the third. So, like, people are trying to be as transparent as they can about exposing the government. So if I'm Trump, why not just utilize social media to my advantage? Everything that I'm doing, put it out there and let people digest it how they will. Let me get a smart, press secretary. She's going to be able to convey my message, and everybody around me, like, let me get the best of the best. We ain't doing DEI, the best of the best people. Hey, if you are a minority and you the best of the best, whatever, you're going to be around me. Other than that, you know what I mean? I want the best people qualified to represent the country. And I think he's been doing a good job. And Jay Cruz said, DOE, getting the real bread, but do not talk about that. I'm 100 sure, though. What do you mean?
Canada be the 51st state is a, quote, real thing. Is it a real thing?
Yeah, it is. I think Canada would be much better off being a 51st state, because we lose $200 billion a year with Canada, and I'm not going to let that happen. It's too much. Why are we paying $200 billion a year essentially in subsidy to Canada? Now, if they're a 51st state, I don't mind doing it.
You said the tariff is a beautiful word. There are some signs in the markets, consumer confidence, that they're a little jittery. So if all goes to plan, when do you think families will be able to feel prices going down, groceries, energy, or are you
This is a big question. Shout out to Bret Baer for asking this, because people are saying, okay, well, President Trump, he, like he's already like completed like 97% of his campaign promises, but food prices is still high, right? So they just discount all of the things that he said he was going to do, that he did. He made like, got men out of women's sports. He did all of those things. So it's like now they're like, oh, well, but you didn't do this, right? And, food prices affect us. So Bret Baer asking him this question is a fair question. And this, I think, is something that people want to know. So let's see how he answers this.
And I'm not going to let that happen. It's too much. Why are we paying $200 billion a year essentially in subsidy to Canada? Now, if they're a 51st state, I don't mind doing it.
You said the tariff is a beautiful word. There are some signs in the markets, consumer confidence, that they're a little jittery. So if all goes to plan, when do you think families will be able to feel prices going down, groceries, energy, or are you kind of saying to them, hang on, inflation may get worse until it gets better.
No, I think we're going to become a rich. Look, we're not that rich right now. We are.
Hey, DOD, you don't feel like he's like, what didn't he not, like, what campaign promises did he make that he did not do? DOD, that is your homework. Look at his campaign promises. Tell me what he did not do already. And that's part of the problem that the Democratic Party has with him right now, because they can't say that he's not doing everything that he said he was going to do. What did he not do? I'm trying to figure it out. The only thing I think one of the big things he didn't do is he didn't lower taxes on tips, and he didn't lower taxes, income tax, but he just submitted like a proposal for that. So other than that, like, what didn't he do? Can somebody tell me, please, in the comments, somebody that is anti-Trump, tell me, what did he do? What did he not do yet?
$36 trillion.
Hit the like button.
That's because we let all these nations take advantage of us. Same thing, like 200 billion with Canada. We have 300. We have a deficit with Mexico of $350 billion. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to let that happen.
Sports has always been something that American
Did y'all like the way he answered the question?
markets, consumer confidence, that they're a little jittery. So if all goes to plan, when do you think families will be able to feel prices going down, groceries, energy, or are you kind of saying to them, hang on, inflation may get worse until it gets better?
No, I think we're going to become a rich. Look, we're not that rich right now. We owe $36 trillion. That's because we let all these nations take advantage of us. Same thing, like 200 billion with Canada. We have 300. We have a deficit with Mexico of $350 billion. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to let that happen.
I love that. All right, so we're going to put a 25% tariff on all of these countries that we owe deficits to. That'll end up slowly paying the deficit back. I love that, bro. That way we're not technically all the way operating at a loss. We're going to let these people pay back their own deficit. And if they don't like it, we take them over. Shout out to Trump, though.
Sports has always been something that Americans rally around to come together. They really do. You won the popular vote. You won all the swing states. Have you thought about how to try to bring the country together, to reach out or to find common ground? Have you thought about that or how that might go?
I'd love to do it, but I would say this. We have to come together, but to come together, there's only one thing that's going to do it, and that's massive success. Success will bring the country together, but it's hard. And I say it's hard. I just signed a bill allowing for women not to have to be punished by men in sports. In other words, men are not going to be allowed to play in sports against women. It's ridiculous.
You're a sports guy. You're a
as
football fan.
As far as like bringing the prices down to where families can feel the effect, he's basically saying we're running a $36 trillion deficit, right? And we have to figure out ways to stop like these countries from taking advantage of us. We're in a deficit of $200 billion with Canada. We owe this country $100 billion. We owe this country. No, we're going to like try to like get that money back, you know, and we're going to like try and figure out different ways to make us rich again, because right now we're not rich. Let me put these policies in place. Let's see what it does. And then, you know what I mean? And then maybe the families can see the effects of it. But I think he's running in the right direction. It's my personal opinion. You know, people mad at tariffs, but President McKinley, hey, he used tariffs and they work. Kristen Medwig is a Democrat. Let's listen to what these guys say. He said he is like the Grinch, only the wrong color. Like, yo, see, I'll read the Democratic comments, you know what I'm saying? But hit the super chat if you can. Stop acting like a Democrat. And then we got Sharon in here. She said the cost of the tariffs ain't passed to the consumers. Yeah, but it's a market, right? So let's just say if Colombia, right? If he put the 25% tariffs on Colombia, what are you going to do? Are you going to buy the Colombia coffee, or are you just going to buy Folgers? Folgers is cheaper, right? Or if he puts a tariff on a company that may have an LG television, right? Let's say the television is LG, right? I've got two LG G4s, the best TVs that they make, right? I got a 65-inch and a 55-inch. And here I got the 55-inch, right? LG G4 TV. It's expensive, right? Now, I could decide, am I going to pay more money for this LG TV or am I going to buy a Samsung? It's a marketplace, right? Okay, what am I looking for with a TV? HDR, check. HDR10, check. Dolby Vision, check. Okay, so what televisions are going to offer me that? All right, so Samsung doesn't really do Dolby Vision all like that. Does Sony do that? All right, so now I'm looking at the cost of the LG versus the Sony, right? They're both reputable brands. If it's going to cost me 25 cents more or 25%, let's say 25% more to buy the television, I'm just going to go get the Sony. It's a market. And so what happens? The companies start looking at it like, we're going to end up moving back to the United States and building a factory in the United States so we don't have to pay that. Right? So, like, what were they saying? Like, when he said, okay, we're doing the 25% tariffs on Trudeau's country, Canada, what did the company start saying? United States is a big market. There's a lot of our consumers there. We're going to build plants in the United States. They just, companies just said that. And what he's trying to do, not only is he trying to make them pay back their deficit, I feel that is what he's trying to do, right? He's trying to bring manufacturing back to America, to have these companies come back. Americans have more jobs, right? And then the more jobs they have, the more buying, you know what I mean? The more power that employees have. You'd be like, oh, there's a lot of job openings. Now I can ask for more money to work here or work there. Like, at the end of the day, it's going to be more beneficial, I feel like, to the country. This is not just me riding for Trump. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. Like, they start complying. When you start saying, oh, all right, well, you don't want to take these illegal immigrants back to Colombia. All right, Gustavo, we put a 25% tariff on you. All right, so they flew the criminals back to America, right? And then what did Gustavo say after he thought about it? He was like, 25% tariff, we can't do that. We don't have too much of a stronghold on America to where, you know, we can have leverage. All right, so now we're going to come and we're going to pick up those criminals. That's what happened. It worked. As far as Mexico, and people are crying and complaining, oh, like, what about the Mexican tariffs? And all? What do you buy from Mexico? Really look at everything that you got in your house. What in your house is from Mexico? I'll wait. I don't have anything in my house from Mexico. Nothing. A tariff on Mexico is not going to hurt me. Did any of y'all, one in the chat if you got stuff in your house from Mexico, two in the chat if you don't. I'm waiting. One in the chat if you got stuff in your house from Mexico, two in the chat if you don't. Because I don't have anything in my house from Mexico. You got to think about, y'all got to think about that. Two in the chat if you don't. It's a lot of twos. We got some ones in here. It's a mixed bag. Overall, you got more twos than ones. Overall, you can see it right there in the chat. More twos than ones. More people do not have anything in their house from Mexico that they can think of. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we get mandarin oranges or something like that. I mean, you know, I mean, other than that, like, what do you have? You know, so that's not really going to impact you as much. So Mexico president thought about it, right? And what did she do? She was like, all right, we're going to send 10,000 troops down to the border to cover the border, you know, until further notice. So she caved and she gave in. And so did the tariffs work? Yes, they did. They worked for Colombia and they worked for Mexico. So how is his tariffs not working? Can somebody tell me how his tell me, please. Can somebody tell me how his tariffs are not working? Somebody said avocados. They got avocado farms in California. Jamie Foxx owns like an avocado farm. They got them in California. We don't have to buy stuff there.
Size up these two teams.
I'm a big fan of both teams. They're sort of different. In Philadelphia, you have one of the greatest running backs, Saquon. You know, Saquon had an uncle. I just say that I've watched this great quarterback who has, by the way, a phenomenal wife, okay? She's a Trump fan, she's a MAGA fan, so I happen to love her, okay? But she's a great person.
By the way, Taylor Swift got booed.
She used the crowd at last night's Super Bowl.
What y'all think about that? Taylor Swift caught a couple of them boos at the Super Bowl. What y'all think about that?
You don't want to say it because you don't want your woke friends feeling you betrayed them.
Oh, I gotta see this. What my dog Pierce Morgan talking about?
I think the Democrats.
Hold on. Let's fast forward this.
It's all documented.
Let's fast forward this a little bit.
President Trump is beginning only his 4th week back in the White House, but he already appears to have turned the entire world upside down. The new president was introduced to the crowd at last night's Super Bowl, as was the self-styled childless cat lady Taylor Swift. Compare the reaction of fans.
Yo. Did he just call Taylor Swift a childless cat lady? Yo, Pierce be clipping people, bro. Yo, that's crazy. What y'all think about that? Look at her eye. Yes! You voted for Kamala. They not playing with you, Taylor. They like, oh, you want to vote for Kamala up in here? We gonna let you have a couple of these boos. She got to deal with that. You got to deal with that, Taylor. I'm sorry, Taylor. You got to deal with that.
Big balls in charge of American air traffic control.
So the title says big balls are back. Trump soars and polls. Doge hires teens. Super Bowl and more.
I like the idea of a guy 19 called Big Balls running the country. Elon Musk's Doge is certainly unconventional. A crack team of young people with no government experience are pouring over government spending with the aim of stripping out billions of dollars. Time magazine's among those goading the president over Musk's apparently outsized influence. In his Super Bowl pre-game interview with Fox News' Bret Baer, President Trump reiterated his full support for Musk and the program.
And I've had a great help with Elon Musk, who's been terrific.
Bottom line, you say you trust him.
Trust Elon? Oh, he's not gaining anything. In fact, I wonder how he can devote the time to it. He's so into it. But I told him to do that. Then I'm going to tell him very soon, like maybe in 24 hours, to go check the Department of Education. He's going to find the same thing. Then I'm going to go to the military. Let's check the military. We're going to find billions, hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud and abuse.
Well, the president's first month back in office has been a spectacular course correction. It's too early to say whether it will work, of course, but many of his executive orders are already facing challenges in the courts, even as Democrats in Congress appear toothless. But voters clearly like what they're seeing. Trump's approval ratings at a record high. A new CBS poll shows a big majority of Americans are describing him with words like tough, energetic, focused, and effective. And it might have something to do with decisive actions like this.
All of that ends today because with this executive order, the war on women's sports is over.
What? Okay, why are people mad? Why be mad at this dude?
So, big balls are back in the White House and banned from women's sport. What's not to like about that? Well, I'm sure there'll be plenty of people who think there's plenty to dislike about that. Let's find out with my panel. Sage Steele, host of the Sage Steele Show. Trey Crowder, a.k.a. the liberal redneck. Mercedes Schlapp.
Evelyn Ivy said, y'all are a bunch of followers. If everybody was praising Taylor Swift, y'all would follow. That to stop being a follower.
The Trump former senior advisor.
Britt Johnson said, mad at Trump for breaking constitutional laws. What constitutional law did he break? I'm just asking you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm reading everybody's comments. Shout out to you. What did he, like, what constitutional law did he break? Please tell me.
host of America Uncancelled on CPAC Now. And Mike Nellis, a former Kamala Harris advisor and white dude for Harris. Well, welcome to all of you. And let me start with you.
Yo, he said white dude for Harris. Like, this is crazy, bro. No, he did not. Just say that.
Mike, you must have had a pretty rough few months.
Nope.
Really?
It is what it is.
Come on, Mike.
I lost an election. I mean, I understand that the conservatives on here are having a good time being boastful about it, but what I actually care about
Yo, white dudes for Harris? What?
is getting stuff done to help people. And look, Donald Trump got elected. He promised to get grocery prices down on day one. Grocery prices aren't down. So if you're asking me if I'm having a bad time, no, I'm not. I think the American people are having a bad time because Donald Trump made a lot of big promises that he's not meeting right now. He's doing a lot of stuff that, you know, right-wing influencers online love, but he's not doing anything to get grocery prices down, make housing more affordable, help people retire with dignity, and that's what I actually care about.
If he's not doing a good time and the American people don't like it, why has he got record polling of approval?
Well, listen, Donald Trump's going through his honeymoon right now, and that makes sense. I think a lot of Americans are giving him the benefit of the doubt. He's doing some stuff that they like, I think particularly on the border. But look, when he did his first TV interview after he won the election, he said, I was elected to get grocery prices down, and he hasn't done a single thing on grocery prices. Grocery prices are higher now. He hasn't done a single thing on eggs as the bird flu spreads to cows and chickens all across this country. It's a bit of a mess. And if you look at that same polling you were touting earlier, yeah, Donald Trump's got a 53% approval rating. You're acting like it's an 80% approval rating, like he's Chairman Mao, but he's not. He's got a narrow positive approval rating right now, which is good. But 2/3 of Americans are saying that he's not doing enough to lower grocery prices, and that's what he was elected to do. So he's making a critical mistake, and maybe it's not catching up to him in the first couple of weeks, but it's going to catch up to him as the American people start to feel that pain.
So you've gone from basically calling him Hitler, the Democrats and liberals, to
I never called him Hitler.
To putting all your hang on. I'm not saying you did.
Mouth.
I'm not saying you did. I'm saying that as a group, the Democrats and liberals have for years called him Hitler, a fascist, etc., and you're now reduced. I say this respectfully. You're now reduced to your Trump bashing being around all your eggs in one basket. Eggs.
No, I think what right-wing commentators like yourself are very good at.
I'm not right-wing. Whoa.
Y'all don't like Pierce Morgan. Pierce Morgan fire, bro. Somebody said LOL. What? Somebody said prove I'm not veteran. Oh, you talking to
Oh, hold on. You and I are not in the same wing, Pierce.
I'm not a right-wing commentator.
Exile said, funny how he's trying to bring up grocery prices when he's talking on the money spent on things it shouldn't. Comment of the day, bro. Yo, why is Kendrick Lamar trying to flag my channel, bro? Like, I didn't play none of Kendrick Lamar stuff. Like, what is he doing? I know Kendrick don't like me, bro, but what is you doing, bro? Like, why? I'm about to, let me put this on Twitter, bro. Like, Kendrick, like, I know you don't like me, bro. I didn't even play none of your stuff. Like, why are you trying to, like, flag me? Let me show y'all this. It says I'm playing Rich Spirit, the clean version. I'm not playing nothing that has Kendrick Lamar in it. Hold on. Let me show you this. Hold on. I'm about to post this on. Post this shit. Stuff. Hold on. Stop trying to flag me. I'm not playing your music, bud. It's on Twitter. I'm gonna show y'all this in a minute. Kendrick Wildin'.
Later. I'm not.
Listen.
I'm not. I literally.
No, I did hate on Kendrick before. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? It was back in the day when him and Drake was going at it. You know, Drake is like he supports like battle rap and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like we kind of was riding with Drake. I ain't gonna lie. So I poked a couple jokes at Kendrick, and then he hit me with a flag one time. I'm like, yo, like, what is this, bro? So then I stopped talking about him, And so today I mention him, and then he's flagging me for bro, let me show y'all this. Flagging me for using his music. Bro, I didn't use none of Kendrick Lamar's music. Let me show y'all this. Kendrick, you gotta stop. Leave me alone, bro. This is easy to block. You gotta respond. He wilding. He is going in on Remy Ma. It says I'm playing Kendrick Lamar's Rich Spirit. No, I am not. I'm not playing your music. It's not playing nowhere. Like, chill out, bro. You like really doing too much, bro. Or your company or whatever. They be watching me like a hawk to see if I'm gonna say something about them. Like, go somewhere. He said Kendrick made a killing off Drake's name. Yeah, he did, man. I ain't saying Kendrick. I ain't say nothing bad about you. Actually, I when I did mention you in the blog, like I talked favorably on you. I didn't even say nothing crazy. So yeah, like I know you don't like me, bro. And on Twitter today, I was saying a bunch of like cool stuff about him. I know he don't like me. I don't care.
Like you ran a left-wing newspaper in Britain for 10 years.
And elevating it and trying to make it seem like the rest of us.
I'm a centrist.
Hey, Cutton said, hey, yo, hey, Cutton, shout out to you. You a member on the channel, so I'll respond to you. He said, hey, yo, Piperboy, I know you don't want to bring up battle rap on here, but I was watching. Yeah, it disappeared. Yeah, like the video is the one that Kendrick just flagged. Bro, like, look. Kendrick flagged that video saying I was playing. You was watching it. Did you hear me playing Kendrick Lamar in the video? Kendrick Lamar flagged me. I am not playing I did not play his music in there at all. And I've been rocking with Kendrick Lamar today. But I did like hate on him a bunch. Like early on, you know what I'm saying? He friends with Daylight. Daylight blocked me, all of that. So he probably figuring like, oh.
I'm a guy that finds.
Yeah, but how is this dude complaining about like food prices and stuff? But then he's cool with like our Treasury Department just writing checks to anybody and everybody. Yeah, so cutting. So I had to trim that out, right? So when it gets trimmed out, which I don't even know where. So like now my video is going to be awkward because it's going to be like cuts and people going to be like, why is this video cutting? Because I had to trim out whatever they said I'm playing, which I'm not playing. He be doing stuff like that. Leave me alone, Kendrick. You don't own everybody, bro. Like, chill out. Like, I don't have to think like Not Like Us was better than Family Matters. I don't have to think that, bro. Like, you don't have to be doing all that.
A basket, eggs.
No, I think what right-wing commentators like yourself are very good at.
I'm not right-wing. Whoa.
Hold on.
He said I'm not right-wing.
You and I are not in the same wing, Pierce.
I'm not a right-wing commentator. I'm not.
Listen.
I'm not. I literally ran a left-wing newspaper in Britain for 10 years.
And elevating it and trying to make it seem like the rest of us.
I'm a centrist. I'm a guy that finds.
In fact, the only person in American politics that ever called Donald Trump Hitler is J.D. Vance. So come on.
But that's not true.
Bro, why are you trying to call Donald Trump Hitler? What is wrong with this dude? Yeah, Family Matters was fire. Bro, like if UMG didn't like play around with like giving like Spotify cheaper licensing agreements, so obviously they would make more money off of a Kendrick song with ads and everything than they would with Drake's music. So like if you give me a cheaper licensing agreement with Kendrick, I'm gonna play Not Like Us and Kendrick's music more. It's just what's gonna happen. It's business. And then like when Apple Music is like referring people to Not Like Us and all, like that's what the lawsuit was about. So I stand on it. Like if they didn't go, like if UMG never got involved and it was popularity versus popularity, Family Matters would have been a better song. Everybody, even Charlemagne said he don't even like Drake. He said Family Matters was the better song. Kendrick won the war. You know what I'm saying? So it's what it was. Y'all gotta remember, like Kendrick was coming out. Kendrick, I'm about to go in on you now, bro. You keep flagging me, bro. So I'm about to go in on you, bro. I'm not about to spare you. So Kendrick Lamar was dropping a whole bunch of songs that wasn't true. Like Meet the Grams wasn't real. Nobody deducted points from that. That was like fake. You know what I'm saying? When Drake was talking about Dave Free, that was like fake. You know what I'm saying? But Kendrick had like a whole song talking about contents of a suitcase and all of that stuff. Like, bro, that stuff is a lie. And everybody just ignored Meet the Grams. They just ignored it. Like, we ain't about to lie for you. I'm not about to lie for you, Kendrick. If it was like, if y'all was operating without UMG getting involved, Family Matters would have surpassed, because Drake he had way more strings. He was more powerful than you at the time. Kendrick is big. He's got more Grammys than Drake, right? But in terms of like popularity at the time, Drake was lit. You know, so I don't know. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick can get mad. I don't care. He can get mad. He's been mad. Get mad. Get madder. But you're not gonna win that copyright. You're not gonna win it. I didn't play your music.
Left-wing newspaper in Britain for 10 years.
And elevating it and trying to make it
I'm
seem
not
like
right-wing, mate. I'm a centrist. I'm a guy that finds...
In fact, the only person in American politics that ever called Donald Trump Hitler is J.D. Vance. So come on.
But that's not true.
It is. Find it.
Yeah, Drake is like done now. Kendrick won the war. You know what I'm saying? But like, he won the war. But if you look at track for track, I don't think Euphoria was that fire, bro. I don't like the way he be rapping. I don't be thinking it'd be fire like that. Not Like Us, I think, was one of his best songs. Like, Euphoria wasn't better. Like, when you look at the track for track, Euphoria wasn't like better. Like, nah, bro.
Find where a major member of the Democratic Party...
Kamala Harris called him a fascist.
Okay. Yeah.
How am I Drake standing? I just said Drake is done. Is he not listening to anything I said? Yeah, like, I understand you don't want to listen. Like, Kendrick won the war. Like, what are you saying?
That's not the same as calling him Hitler.
Well, listen, there have been zillions of liberals who've called him Hitler. But look, let's move on.
Sure. Yeah, you can find anybody commenting in a dumb news article at the bottom, highlight it, and say that everybody's calling him Hitler. But, like, come on. That'd be like me saying that.
Yeah, Mike, you can't just call me a right-wing commentator, because I'm not. If you watch my show regularly, you know I'm not a right-wing. What I am is viscerally anti-woke. And what happened at the election was that the country, it turned out, were also viscerally anti-woke. And along with cost of living and immigration, it was...
I'm just sick of Kendrick Lamar, bro. Like, you be doing too much, bro. I'm not academics. Leave me alone, bro. That's why I don't be liking you, bro. You be doing too much.
The wokery nonsense that actually cost the Democrats everything in the end.
I mean, I think that's revisionist history, though. When you poll people, they'll tell you the number one reason they voted in this election was about the economy. That was the reason that Donald Trump won. And again, when he did his first TV interview, I think he did like Meet the Press, like right after he got elected, he said, I was elected to lower grocery prices. I was elected to make housing more affordable. That's what I'm going to do on day one. And it's day, what, 30? Day 25, whatever it is, and he hasn't done anything on that. He doesn't even talk.
Bro, like, Biden hasn't done anything in 4 years. Like, what does this do? These Kamala men. Please, Pierce Morgan, let me up there, bro. Ain't no way I'm gonna let this dude like win, bro. Like, no way.
That's like right after he got elected. He said, I was elected to lower grocery prices. I was elected to make housing more affordable. That's what I'm going to do on day one. And it's day, what, 30? Day 25, whatever it is, and he hasn't done anything on that. He doesn't even talk about it anymore.
You know what he's
you know what? Federal spending.
Mike, I admire,
a whole bunch of executive
honestly, I admire the work you're trying to do here. But it's quite ironic that Trump I think he's banned paper straws yesterday, and you are clutching at massive paper straws right now. Let me get a Mercedes who's been smoking her way through this. It seems to me if the Democrats are now reduced to eggs, they've pretty much given up in the battle against Hitler.
He said Democrats are reduced to eggs. What y'all think about that? Froggy Megsy, what do you think about that? Hey, yo, Kendrick, I might blog on you, bro. Like, and show everybody all the stuff you've been doing, bro. Like, you've been getting on my nerves, man. I don't care.
The Nazis, the fascists, and all the other ludicrous slurs that liberals have thrown at Trump for 8 years. If it seems to me, if the only battleground now is eggs, he's won.
Well, you got to remember.
Shout out to Leo with the $2 donation. Appreciate you. Like, my blog really gonna affect Kendrick Lamar. I'm just gonna show, like, bro, I don't know. I might get on my nerves.
Joe Biden.
But y'all being reduced to eggs is hilarious. Well, the egg prices. They can't say nothing else. Somebody said Kendrick is overrated. No, Kendrick is dope. I just don't like they be like every little thing I do, they be trying to like whenever I mention him, they do this. They try to like hit everything. Whenever I mention them, they do this. And they be losing. Because they be flagging me for stuff I don't even do. Like I showed a picture of Kendrick Lamar. And they blocked the video in like 10 countries. And then YouTube had to like remove it. You know what I'm saying? Like, not the video, but remove their flag. They're like, yo, like, he didn't play your, like, they tried to say I played his concert. I didn't play your concert. That's why the video is still up. Y'all be doing too much. Like, I don't have to like y'all. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm not a Kendrick fan like that. Like, I mean, I thought you did all right the Super Bowl.
Was in office for 4 years. They could not get a handle on inflation. They could not get a handle of the American people feeling the pain of the cost of living. And yes, I mean, I would say to Mike's point, it is a priority for President Trump. This needs to be one of the biggest focuses that you're going to see, especially as Congress puts together their budget reconciliation bill, as they're going to be moving towards tax cuts, as they're going to be moving to find ways to lower inflation. As anyone who knows economics, it takes time to lower the inflation, to lower the cost of living. The American people.
I like how she said that. It takes time to lower the inflation, to lower the cost of living. Let this Kamala man know what's going on, lady. Because he obviously don't know he don't have a clue on what's going on.
Handle on inflation. They could not get a handle of the American people feeling the pain of the cost of living. And yes, I mean, I would say to Mike's point, it is a priority for President Trump. This needs to be one of the biggest focuses that you're going to see, especially as Congress puts together their budget reconciliation bill, as they're going to be moving towards tax cuts, as they're going to be moving to find ways to lower inflation. As anyone who knows economics, it takes time to lower the inflation, to lower the cost of living. The American people have been leaderless for 4 years under Joe Biden. It's why they rejected Joe Biden, because everything for the Democrats always boiled down to abortion. If they would bring.
Okay, let me know in the comment section, the Kamala man, are y'all rocking with him? 1 in the chat if y'all are rocking with him, 2 in the chat if you're not. I just want to see what a chat is with it. Like, it literally seems like he doesn't have an argument against Trump right now other than egg prices are not down. So other than that, I don't really see like how this guy, like, what, bro, they got to bring down inflation. They got to like stop a lot. It's just crazy. Like, and he's making steps and actively trying to do that. So it's 1 in the chat if y'all rocking with him, 2 in the chat if you're not rocking with him. So everybody in the chat got the 2s up. They're not rocking with what he's saying. Like, he's got a silly, this dude don't know nothing. I don't think he knows anything, to be real with you.
Bring up the economy. It would end up talking about abortion or sex changes for children. And so they failed to connect to the American people. Something that President Trump has done, and as we're seeing in these most recent polls, is that they're showing a president who is focused, energetic, tough, delivering on what he's promising on. I mean, I got to tell you, it's very impressive to watch how much President Trump has been able to do in the past 4 weeks. He's re-engaged with companies. Think about just the recent investment with OpenAI and with SoftBank in terms of a $100 billion investment, Stargate here in the United States. He's bringing.
You see how she's got substance? He's bringing investment into the United States. He's doing this. He's doing that. He's trying to lower the You know what I'm saying? Like the deficit. He's trying to do this. He's trying to do that. Bring down interest rates. Like you see how she's got substance. The Kamala man is just emotional. The egg prices cost too much. He's missing all of these steps that has to be done. And she's coming with substance. But the Kamala man had, because he probably dropped a couple TikToks and it started getting a little bit of traction. So he just like, oh, well, I'm a Kamala man now. And yeah, some people kind of like rallying for him. I think that's basically what's going on with dude. Because he is not making sense to me at all.
What?
But then he's not even thinking about the Biden administration, the Biden regime, in my opinion, right? I feel like they were part of the American, you know what I'm saying, economic downfall. That's what I feel like. I say it's true. Say what I feel like. When them interest rates went up close to they hit 8%, I'm like, oh. Them borders started opening up. I'm like, oh, what's going on? They knocking down the wall, no voter ID states. I'm like, bro. Biden wilding.
Many more international investments back to the United States. He's engaging with the area of Latin America that was ignored by President Joe Biden, where he's been able to say, listen, we've got these criminal aliens, you got to take them back. And so when you see these really very, I think, swift actions that we're seeing at the border, where we're able to get these criminal aliens.
Shout out to Red Bluff with $4.99 donation. He said, "All facts, bro." Yeah, facts is hard to digest for people nowadays. They don't want to hear that. And I think the Democrats, they make more of an emotional plea. And that's why, like, I'm not afraid. Like, I will go on TikTok and debate a Republican. You know what I'm saying? I'm like I voted for Trump. You see what I'm saying? And I felt like the country was headed in a great direction when Trump was president. I voted for Obama. I voted for Trump. And out of both presidents, I felt like I had more of an advantage with, it took Obama a while to get the country in line to where, like, you know, the GDP was going up and stuff like that. And I think Trump did inherit within his first 100 days, like the Obama administration, right? Like he inherited the economy that the Obama left, but I think he maintained it. I don't think he was going into the deficit until COVID hit, you know, which that's not something he could control. But he tried to mitigate the damage, right? He tried to tell people, like, hey, if you want to wear a mask, whatever. Take your hydrochloroquine, take your vitamin C. You know what I mean? But this ain't going to break the country, right? Biden had another thought. Let's shut down the whole country and force everybody to get vaccinated. Then you had to make a choice. Do I want to work or you got a right not to, but then they got the economy. So it's like, well, you won't be able to work. So if you're like a healthcare worker, or, you know what I mean? Like, you got to make a decision. You're going to get jabbed or not. You know what I mean? You got a mortgage, you got car notes, you got all this stuff you got to pay. So, and then they shut down a bunch of, you know what I mean? Everything was shutting down, right? So a lot of mom and pop stores never made it out of that. So this is why, like, you know, like Walmarts and stuff, they're no longer 24 hours because they ain't got no competition. The competition was when Walmart or like these other stores were 24 hours, they know, like, in the morning you might go to another store, a mom and pop store, get what you need. Let's stay open for 24 hours, right? And then, like, the people, like, if they got time and it's late, they can just come get the stuff instead of risking losing the sale to somebody going to a mom and pop store. Now that the mom and pop stores are out of business, Walmart closes at like 11 o'clock now, 10 o'clock, some areas. There's no, like, competition is a good thing. Competition is not bad. You see what I'm saying? Now you go to New York. What do you see in New York everywhere? Major conglomerate like organizations everywhere. Like big, huge fast food chains. I remember going to New York. It was a bunch of like homegrown, like independent, like pizza places and stuff. There's still a few of them. A lot of people didn't make it out of that. That's Biden administration for you. You know?
Out of the.
Then he goes ahead and pardons Dr. Fauci. Like, come on, y'all. Come on. But that Kamala man, he don't care about none of that. Kendrick know not to come in my chat, bro. Kendrick know. If he comes in my chat, bro, I'm gonna shake my hand at him like, Kendrick, like, what you doing, bro? Like, stop saying I'm using your music and I'm not. I do not use your music. Like, just chill out, bro. It ain't that bad. One blogger, I know you watch battle rap. One blogger says that Family Matters is better than Not Like Us. You got millions of people that think you stomped on Drake. Like, just chill out, Kendrick.
The United States back to these.
This is what I'm talking about. People that just entering the chat. Kendrick Lamar tried to flag your boy. He said, I'm playing his music. Never played his music. Like, chill out, bro.
Countries, it shows that President Trump is working as quickly as he can, because to Mike's point, there is a honeymoon period. There is a moment here where there is political capital that President Trump has at this moment in time, and he recognizes it. And it's why you're seeing the president moving so quickly on all these priorities, including ensuring that, yes, the focus has to be getting those inflation numbers down. That I'm so glad the Democrats just woke up and said, yes, let's try to do this.
Yeah. Trey, let me bring you.
Can I jump in on that for a second, Pierce?
Yeah, very quickly, yeah.
To respond? Yeah, it's what's amazing to me is that after the last couple of years where Republicans have been saying how easy it's going to be to get inflation down, that
Bro, go to my video. Where the video still, well, it's on private now. Let me do members only. Let me put it on members only. Become a member, you can watch it. Let me do members only. So you can just go watch it. There's no Kendrick music in that video at all. It's on members only.
all of a sudden, the minute that they control Congress and Donald Trump's in the White House, it's a hard thing. We can't get it down. It's terrible. We can't do it. Like, this is insane to me. Like, Donald Trump repeatedly said on day one, grocery prices were going to go down, and they're not. And you want to say I'm putting all my eggs in one basket, but at the end of the day,
I'm sorry, have you seen the oil prices? Gas prices are down.
Yeah. Mike, you don't want to listen, Mr. Kamala, man. She said, do you see the oil prices? Gas prices are down. And did you know that Saudi Arabia ended up like investing $600 billion into the United States? You know why they're doing that? Because Trump was like, I don't like the way this is going. We're a rich country. We got a lot of oil. Drill, baby, drill. Saudi Arabia got wind of that, and they're just like, let us go ahead and invest in the United States. Maybe Trump will back off on that. Oil prices are down. Gas prices are down. And Kamala man don't want to talk about that.
To get inflation down, that all of a sudden, the minute that they control Congress and Donald Trump's in the White House, it's a hard thing. We can't get it down. It's terrible. We can't do it. Like, this is insane to me. Like, Donald Trump repeatedly said on day one, grocery prices were going to go down, and they're not. And you want to say I'm putting all my eggs in one basket, but at the end of the day,
I'm sorry, have you seen the oil prices? Gas prices are down.
Be about helping them retire with dignity and get a good paying job and be able to start a family. And right now, Donald Trump isn't doing that. It's a lot of circus politics.
Look, you're just Mike. I'm so sorry. You're wrong on this.
All right, you know what he is doing. You know what he is doing, because the polls clearly reflect the public approval of this. He's doing a lot of other stuff he said he'd do, and he's doing it very, very quickly. We bring in Trey Crowder. Trey, what I was struck by yesterday at the Super Bowl, a big piece of America.
Yeah, hit the likes and all of that. But yeah, he's moving very, very quickly and doing a lot of things that he said he was going to do. But remember, people would question, what does Biden think about X, Y, and Z? And it would take 2 or 3 weeks before Biden even mentions anything. Remember when the North Carolina situation hit, Hurricane Helene? People were like, yo, why didn't Biden go down there yet? And it took how long? Over a week or something like that before him to even say anything about it. When those rich celebrities in the Palisades in California, their house is burnt up. Oh, he came out right away. Oh, though, the government's going to help them with 100% of the rebuild because they got social media followings and they feel like it was, kind of getting a little bit too close in California, right? If you look at the Electoral College, all of those votes, what was going on, there's a lot of red in California. And that's why Trump said before he even got inaugurated, he said that he wants to have a special committee to look into the election to see whether or not he actually did win California. Do I think he won California? I don't know. But, Joe Biden, obviously, is not going to allow the Palisades, people with tens of millions of followers on Instagram and TikTok, all of that. He's not going to let them suffer, right? It took I don't even think he mentioned like regular people. I think it was when the inauguration happened and Trump became president. First of all, he sent JD Vance to North Carolina and put people who are displaced, living in tents, put them in furnished apartments. This is America, one of the richest countries in the world, technically, if you want to say that. Like, oh, why can't we do that? We giving people billions of dollars. JD Vance and Trump did it. Put them in apartments furnished. Right? I don't know how long, but he did it, right? He goes to California. Democrats don't know how to run California, right? They defund the fire department. They defund like getting the brush cleaned up. Trump goes over there. He's having a back and forth with the mayor, basically letting her know we don't have weeks to wait. Federal permits are going to be like no longer required with, 24 hours after me being here. Right? It's no longer going to be required. You could just build immediately. Now the state has to get out of the people's way, right? The state and the city, local municipalities, they got to get out of the people's way and let them rebuild. The federal government's out of the way. But if you want to have federal funding, guess what, Gavin Newsom? You're going to have to open up the water, let the water come in, because if the water would have been in there, right, it would have been easier access and you could have put these fires out faster. This is what Trump was saying when he gave the ultimatum, when he got off that plane, and the reporters was in his face. Remember he said that? Guess what happened? Oh, they opened up the water. Why didn't the water open up? Some people are speculating. I don't know why. I'm just saying what people are speculating. Some people are saying like, oh, well, Gavin Newsom, like these water companies, they kind of contribute to Gavin. I don't know if that's true or not. Nestle and all that. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's the reason why he didn't want the water opened up. Trump gave him an ultimatum. He budged. Why is it taking a Republican to reform this country? I don't know. You know what I mean? Because the Democratic Party can't get their stuff together. Black people are starting to wake up. They don't like that. Black people are like, yo, why is there no voter ID laws? Why is Chicago starting to be overrun by illegal immigrants? Why is Mayor Eric Adams in New York giving $350 a week in food vouchers to illegal immigrants, and we got to work and pay this high rent in New York? $1,400 a month in food vouchers these illegal immigrants are getting. Why is this even happening in our country? Trump gets elected, Eric Adams stops giving the vouchers out. This is tax money going to illegals. So if you're an illegal immigrant, don't you want to come here? Why not? They're going to give me $1,400 a month and food vouchers in New York. Somebody said Kendrick Lamar sucked. No, Kendrick Lamar, like, he's dope. I just don't like he keep like flagging me. I don't like that he does it. But, he's picking with me. Whatever.
Taylor Swift, most popular pop star in America, roundly booed. Now, partly that's because obviously her boyfriend plays for one of the...
Kendrick don't want these bars, though. Kendrick, keep playing. I'm going to release a song on you, bro. I'm going to get that Grammy.
Team, you'd expect somebody, but it's pretty loud. And then the camera turned on Trump, and this had been done 4 years ago, 6 years ago. He'd have been pretty well booed too, as well as some cheering. But he got almost universal cheering, and the crowd kind of erupted. And as Elon Musk said, that's a real shift in vibe, shift in mood about Trump. But there's no doubt he's a...
Shout out to Young Buck. Young Buck's still mad at me. He don't come outside no more. Young Buck, you can come outside, bro.
A lot more popular now than I think he's ever been in America. Do you accept?
Yo, Kendrick Lamar has entered the chat. Great value Kendrick is in the chat trolling me.
That.
Yeah, that's probably true for now, I think, until we see how the policies work out. But the Super Bowl, I mean, I'm not that surprised by either of those reactions. I mean, it's an event where tickets are $5,000 a pop or whatever. So
those who are new to the channel, me and Young Buck from 50 Cent's G Unit, we don't rock together. We had an encounter to where we almost threw them hands in a Whole Foods in Nashville, Tennessee. So we don't like each other, and it somehow the video got out. I put the video out. Thug Life, I did. On accident. It accidentally uploaded. That's what they talking about. And then 50 Cent followed me. Shout out to 50. Real G. That's why I don't say nothing bad about 50 Cent. 50 Cent's right all the time. Yo, that's the big. Hey, I got a lot of rappers that follow me. 50 Cent is well, yeah, he's the most popular rapper that followed me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he followed me a couple years ago, but then I lost my Instagram going at people. He ain't following me back, so I don't know. Maybe I can talk reckless about 50. Shout out to 50 Cent though.
In the crowd made up of senior VPs and dealership owners or Trump fans or whatever. I'm not, if he gets that reaction in like at a Memphis Grizzlies game or something, I would be a little more taken aback. And yeah, I mean, with Taylor, you touched on it. I mean, I'm a huge football fan. I think most of us outside of Kansas City have long since gotten tired of the Chiefs, right, and all their referee love affair bundle Roofski bullshit and falling bass backwards into wins all year long.
Yo. And they say black people be saying bad words. Y'all be country people. Y'all be low key wilding.
Tired of them and their whole thing for a while now, and I'm not a Philadelphia guy, but
man, like you gonna get like this. This how disrespectful this dude is. I don't care if you're a Republican right now. I'm about to go in on you. You on the Piers Morgan show. You're gonna affect his monetization because you can't think of any words to say other than a bad word. But you're a Republican, so I'm gonna let that go. You know what I'm saying? Thug life. Just had to get that out.
Urged us a service yesterday, so
I think he's a Republican.
Crew panned Kelsey's girlfriend every time he catches another 3-yard button hook or whatever. People just been tired of them and their whole thing for a while now. And I'm not a Philadelphia guy, but the Birds did us a service yesterday, so I appreciate it.
Hit the like button, Doug Life. Subscribe to the channel.
The trouble with if you're Taylor Swift is what do you do, right? If she doesn't go, she's snubbing her boyfriend. The romance is over, and it's front page news in the tabloids for 3 weeks. If she does go, everyone gets annoyed because she keeps going. It's like you can't win.
Piers, but come on. They went on a double date, like Mahomes, who I love, Patrick Mahomes and his wife, and Taylor Swift and Travis, like 2 days before the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that.
We don't have time to go to a dinner,
I would not have done that. I agree.
Date before the Super Bowl.
No, I agree. I thought that was a rare misstep where you're really a hostage to fortune if you do that. If you go out having dinner, looking like you're very relaxed and complacent, that's not a good look if you then get hammered.
No.
Let me bring in Sage. I mean, Sage, look, it doesn't mean a lot really that Trump got cheered and Taylor got booed, other than what is indisputable since the election result, and the polls all show it, is that Trump has unleashed this barrage of executive orders. Many are exactly what he said he'd get done, including banning trans athletes.
Yo, this is really insane that the Kamala man has nothing to say. What do y'all think about that? Jay, I see you in here, Jigsaw player. What do y'all think about that? I think it's very interesting. Kamala man had a lot to say about egg prices. All these facts start getting thrown around, he gets mad quiet. What y'all think about that? I think it's interesting.
It's in women's sport, hugely popular, including what he's doing on the border, again, hugely popular.
Hey, shout out to all the subscribers. We got 150 subscribers this session. We're going to keep rolling. We're trying to get to 117,000 subscribers. Why y'all keep playing with me? Piers Morgan got 3.7 million followers. What's her name? Candace Owens. You know what I'm saying? My girlfriend in the past life. Shout outs. She got like millions of subscribers. Your boy got 116,795. Can we get to 117,000, please? Like, what is y'all doing? This ain't DEI. I'm working for it. Stop playing. Subscribe to the channel. Thug Life.
There's a lot of stuff here which I think most Americans are nodding to. They're going, you know what? Historically, I might have been a Democrat, but I agree with this stuff. And that's where the Democrats, I think, have to be really careful about what they do next. Because if their only shtick is egg prices, they're not going to win back power.
Why do I have to tell? Why did all y'all just subscribe? Why y'all playing with me? Why did I have to tell y'all that? Do I have to yell at y'all? Why I gotta tell y'all? Why y'all ain't just do it? Why I gotta say that? FBA, why do I gotta say all this? Y'all trying to play me?
Yeah. I mean, it's been interesting. I think there have been a lot of fair Democrats and liberal political analysts over the last 3
Hey, Red Hunter, yeah, Candace Owens chat be crazy, bro. He said, hey, you ever seen her chat, though? Y'all think we crazy. Oh, yeah, her chat is crazy. I love some Candace Owens. Shout out to her.
weeks. It's been only 3 weeks, by the way, Mike, since he was...
In a friend way. Me and her are actually neighbors. We live in the same, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're actually neighbors. Shout out to her. Never met her before, though. Doug life. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with her. You know, but shout out. I thought it was crazy. When I started getting into politics heavy, I'm like, oh, she live in where? Nashville? What? What's this? So I rock with Candace.
Inaugurated. So we waited 4 years for something to be done and for some leadership to be shown, and none of that actually happened, which I think was a referendum sent down by voters. To me, as far as last night here in New Orleans, I wasn't surprised either, because at the end of the day, this is a football crowd. But it is also interesting. Yes, people come from around the world. I've been in this city for too long now, 8 days. And the number of people in this very blue city that have come up to me and just said, you know, oh my gosh, thank you, so excited. Donald Trump is making an effort. By the way, no sitting president had ever come to a Super Bowl before, which is strange, first time in history. Joe Biden wouldn't even go to the Army-Navy game, which to me sent a message as well. People just want...
Also, Ben Shapiro moved to Nashville, Tennessee. A lot of y'all people are moving to Nashville. Shout out to y'all. Love it. I love it. I love Nashville, Tennessee. Have y'all ever been here? I love it. It's a lot to do. You know what I'm saying? We don't just sit around and complain about egg prices. We get out there, you know what I'm saying? We get out in nature. We chill. You know what I mean? It's a camaraderie. When we had that flood that happened in Nashville, everybody like helped people rebuild their houses. Everybody got together. Like, it's like a camaraderie here. You know, I rock with Nashville. Shout out to y'all.
Someone who's going to make an effort, someone who's going to be understandable when they speak and be able to focus on the task at hand, literally and figuratively, and someone who's going to lead. And that is what has not happened over the last 4 years. Every single person I've spoken to, and it's been an honor to be there and to be at the White House last week when he signed that executive order to keep boys out of girls' sports, men out of women's sports, says the Democrats, this isn't necessarily a referendum for Trump. It was just that the Democrats took things too far, and being okay with mutilation of children and not communicating with parents in the state of California when they're talking about potential hormone replacement therapy. All of the things along the way that the Democrats had an opportunity to do better. To bring in the Taylor Swift situation last night again, for the first time, we didn't have to have a bet. How many times are they going to show Taylor? I think everybody kind of caught on, and that was pre-election as well. Donald Trump, they didn't even show him on the screen when I was at the Sunday night football game with him in Pittsburgh and the New York Jets. I mean, there's been such a big turn. At the end of the day, it comes down to whether it's football or economy or a border or boys and girls sports. This shouldn't even be political for most of this stuff. Protect our girl.
Froggy said, I want to move to Georgia in the next 2 years. I couldn't live in Georgia. It depends on where in Georgia, though. Like, Georgia is nice. I couldn't live there. But I love me some Nashville, Tennessee. I love Nashville, Tennessee. I ain't gonna lie. I be talking, y'all, hey, where y'all from? Y'all ever be talking about where y'all from? Like, I can't wait to leave. But in all reality, you like, I love it here. That's Nashville.
Protect our girls from boys. There's, I don't know why all of a sudden, over the last few years, there's all of a sudden trying to be what? An extra gender here. Stop it. Do the basic things. Keep America safe, which means containing our borders, not letting millions of illegals, hundreds of thousands of violent criminals across our border. These aren't even political things. These are basic.
They slowing the video down. We got 99,000 views in here. You know what I'm saying? We got 99 problems. We got 99,000 views. They're slowing the video down. We need y'all to hit that like button. Because this is crazy. I should have like 100-some thousand views by now. Y'all can't hit the like button, all that. We appreciate all the confetti, and I can see it on this end. So don't try to play me. I see y'all. I see the hearts now. I can see it. Don't be trying to play me.
Things that we as Americans have a right to.
Yeah, it's a really good point. I mean, Mike Nellis, look, putting aside partisan party lines, you surely don't still support trans athletes in women's sport, do you?
Well, I actually want to say that I agree with Sage about something real quick, which was the election was not an endorsement of Donald Trump.
No, that's like concurrent viewers, like 800. Like the amount of like on this end, it shows you like pre-processed like views and processed views and stuff like that. So it says like the video, like when it finishes processing, is gonna have like 100,000 views on it.
Trump put a referendum on the Democrats, and you ask why Trump's approval.
FBA said it's because you're black. What you mean? What you mean is cause y'all ain't hit the super chat one time. Y'all don't love me. Like, what is this? Like, why don't y'all like me, bro? Y'all some closet Democrats in here. Y'all trying to play me.
Rating and his likability are a little bit higher now than it was 8
What's
years
up,
ago.
Craig
When he first
Wilson?
took over. Is the difference between taking over from a popular incumbent president, Barack Obama, and an unpopular incumbent in Joe Biden. And I think what the Democratic Party does need to realize is the way we're talking about certain issues, the way we're advocating for certain issues is, I think, off step. Like, we're off base with the American people and what they want for border.
Did you just hear what the Kamala man said? He said that the Democrats were talking about certain issues, right? But we're off base with the American people. This is why are you still a Kamala man, bro? Why are you still a Kamala man? You literally just say it like, bro, Thug Life. You literally just, bro, what, bro? What is he talking about? That's what I don't understand about people in general. Like, whatever side of the aisle you on, it's like if your party is out of touch with reality, they're not doing what they say they're going to do, and you're just still going to be like, I'm supporting them anyway. Yeah, I don't care that, you know, all of our money is being given to like overseas. I don't care about... Why is he like super like Kamala man? I don't understand it.
For security, we're off base with what people want on a lot of other issues, and we're going to have to evaluate how we talk about them. When it comes to like
Brennan said, Brennan Christian said, I like you, bro. We had a few drinks before. What, where at? Shout out to you. Kevin Sears said, if Biden wasn't so horrible, Trump wouldn't be so well supported. If Trump was president from 2021 to 2024, he wouldn't have this level of support. Yes, he would. But first of all, he wouldn't be running again because you can only run 2 terms. He would like you, but you also got to understand, this is what I think happened, right? I think Trump did such a good job in his presidency that people like, oh, we might as well just let the Democrats, like, I mean, like, everything going good. Like, they seem nice. And y'all fell for it. The gas prices is cool. We all making money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool. They can't really mess it up that bad. Let's just give them a chance. And y'all did that, right? Some people think Trump won all 3 elections. Some people think that. I'm not saying he did. Some people think that. We going off of what the AP said. The AP said he won, you know what I mean, the last election. Like they said Joe Biden won the other election. So I'm going off what the AP said. That's what you got to go off of. But some Americans feel like Trump may have won all 3 of them. You know what I mean? I don't know. But I think, like I said, like I think the economy, everything was going so good. People just like, let's try something new. But then COVID had hit, right? So people didn't know what was going to happen. They were scared. They were, because, you know, something like that hits when somebody is president of the United States, you know, and it's not immediately within one day, like, contained. You're going to be like, oh, well, let's just jump to another president. I think that was an issue because he talking about like, yo, let's just take hydrochloroquine, wear your mask if you feel like it. You ain't got to get jabbed. Like he's saying all of this, right? Now, when you go back and you look at what he was saying, you're like, man, we should have just rolled with what he was saying. We would still have bomb and pop stores everywhere. Like the country would have been thriving. We wouldn't have had a whole year taken away from our life. We was in jail. We was in jail, dog, for a whole year. My mother was like dying of cancer. I couldn't hold her because, you know what I'm saying? Like she was in the facility or whatever that was treating her, and they wouldn't let you like. So like a lot of people, like I remember, bruh, when Biden got elected, that she died during his administration. Like when he got elected, that was terrible for me. I'll never forget that. But now when you go back and you look at Trump, and what he was saying is like, oh, like that was more of a common sense approach. Then when you listen to, I can't even say his name on here, the guy that's related to John Kennedy, right? The dude that's supposed to be like, you know, we're waiting for him to get confirmed to be over the FDA. That's what I can say, right? And now that he's like uncovered all of this information about Fauci, and then we just seen Joe Biden pardon him and all of that, it's like when you look at everything in its totality, we should have just rolled with Trump from the beginning. Everybody was in their emotions and their feelings. Oh, well, we're scared. We don't know what to do. We don't know what to do. Yeah, I can't. Ain't none yet. I can't say his name. He's on a lot of platforms. I'm not gonna say which ones. He's been saying it. He's shadow banned, so you can't really say his name. You know what I mean? So, but I will say this: we should just roll with Trump from the beginning. Now Joe Biden has screwed up the country so bad that black people are Republicans. Thug life. Do you know how hard it is to change the mind of a brother? But I don't know. I need these 40 acres and a mule, dog. You know what I'm saying? I need something for free. But they messed up so bad. The homies in the hood. If I ever go to the, hey, dog, hey, you got that MAGA hat, dog? I got to get one of them. I'm selling them joints. You know what I'm saying? Meet me on the block. 15 minutes. I got the black ones with the gold lettering. You seeing Cameron and not Cameron. What the dude name? Dude that I met him. He signed like Jim Jones. Jim Jones, and they may make Dipset great again, but you know what I'm saying? They kind of rocking the low key American great again hats. You got Waka Flocka, what's the name? Waka Flocka Flame coming out as a Republican. They like, we don't care, we riding with the felon. The hood don't play about Trump right now. All because Joe Biden he messed everything up. They wasn't riding with Kamala. I was at the barbershops. I know what it was. So, but Joe Biden messed everything up so bad. They're like, we riding with the red.
The trans athlete stuff. I mean, look, it's incredibly popular. It's also an issue that frankly just doesn't affect a lot of people.
What do you think of it?
It's like, hold on just a second. I'm going to get there. But Charlie Baker said that there were only like 14 total athletes, I think, in NCAA collegiate sports that are even engaging on it. It's the type of issue that like it's getting outsized coverage. And I don't think it matters. But like at the end of the day, I want to be talking about transgender issues. I'd rather be talking about things that I think are common to most.
I understand you don't think it's an issue, but you know, if I said to you there are only 14 drug cheats, what would you say?
Hey, we had 16,865 subscribers. Shout out to y'all. We trying to get to 17,000. Stop playing with me.
Oh, that's fine.
I don't think that's even remotely the same. I don't think it's even
respect VA. He said felonies for life.
Well, hang on.
I think what I want to
hang on.
want to be talking about
let me explain. Let me explain. Mike, let me explain.
Go ahead.
The point is, the athletes who took drugs wanted to enhance their performance illegally, wrongly, unfairly, unequally with, in those cases, illegal substances, drugs. The trans athletes want to have an unfair advantage over biological women because they literally are biologically built differently because they were born as males. And so actually the analogy is correct. You're gaining an unfair, unequal advantage. And everybody, I think, now sees that. What I'm curious about is whether you, as a Democrat, can actually bring it upon yourself now that Trump has banned it, to say, you know what, he's right, it should be banned, or whether you're still in that place of nobody cares.
I mean, truly, like I don't care about it. Like I just think it's the type of issue.
Is he right to ban it?
That's the problem.
I don't care. I'll let people who
Shout out to Smoking Fire with the $2 donation. Said, "Can you make me a moderator? If I see you in here for a while, I will." Shout out to you. Who you want to get rid of?
Listen, I'll let people who are smarter than me in
She donated. We getting rid of somebody. Who you want to get? Who want me to get rid of up in here?
the athletic world make those decisions with information that I don't have. It doesn't.
So you have views about absolutely everything apart from this.
And I think it's the type of thing that all the conservatives on this call love to talk about this because they have no plan to lower inflation. They have no plan to lower money in regular
The only thing you talked about was the.
Evelyn said, "I don't do drugs. I do herbs." Shout out to Evelyn.
Abortion.
They want to talk about other stuff because it's easier for them to talk about. It's ridiculous.
All right,
so just to be clear, just to be clear, Mike Nellis, who has a view about absolutely everything, right down to the price of eggs. You do not have a view on whether biological males should be in women's sport. I mean, come on.
I don't care. I don't. It's not. It's not.
No,
I'm not
it's
an
not
expert.
that.
Well,
it's that you don't want to say it.
Anybody talking about it is when I'm.
You don't want to say it because you don't want your woke friends feeling you betrayed them.
No, I think the
Democrats need to, for want of a better phrase, grow a pair and actually stand up for what the American people want. Then you might get reelected.
No, I think the only pair that's been grown is by Big Balls, who's apparently running our government right now, based on the clip you ran.
Well, let's talk about Big Balls then, because let me bring in Trey on this. On Big Balls, I've got no. If Elon Musk has identified some brilliant young geniuses, I mean, God, Mozart was what, 5 when he was writing some of his masterpieces. Why are we so ageist? Why can't a 19-year-old called Big Balls rampage his way through government overspending? It looks to me already like he's doing a rather good job, Big Balls.
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like this is a new idea that teenage boys are like, you know, smart and have their shit together and stuff.
Oh God, like I don't want to hear this dude talk.
Like Office Space stuff, and
a little bit too trashy for me.
Have you back on Uncensored. This whole idea, Ro, of Elon Musk, of Doge, of his young team of whiz kids led by Big Balls and so on. You know, some people are laughing at it, some people are outraged, some people are all in favor. Where do you sit with it?
Well, look, I said that if Elon wants to help find wasteful spending and do a thorough examination of that, that's fine. I actually took some criticism from my own party for saying that I would be open to looking at what he finds, particularly in the Pentagon, but anywhere. The problem I have with it is that there are rules in our country. There's a constitution. You can't have people unilaterally stopping or pausing Treasury payments. And what he should do is, if he finds this absurd examples, come to Congress, expose it, and force us to vote on it.
I mean, look, there's no doubt from the polling around Trump that the majority of Americans are right behind this. They think the government has been way too bloated for way too long, and they quite like the idea of the richest.
Froggy Megzy Wowland said he elected the biggest balls of all.
Most successful guy in the history of America, cutting his genius swathe through overspending.
Well, the polling is split. I acknowledge that Trump's personal approval and his job approval is over 50%. The numbers aren't quite as good for Musk. I mean, they're falling into the 30s. I once said to Elon he should stick to cars and Mars. But, you know, I would love to have him find wasteful spending and come to Congress. I think what spooked people is when there was the portal shut for Medicaid for a few hours. I don't want to scare people. No Medicaid benefits have been cut or Social Security has been cut. But just the idea that they could do that and that a number of unelected officials could do that really spooked people around the country. And that is, I think, what has triggered such a backlash to what's happening. And my view is he can still fix it. He should just say, I will respect Congress's power of the purse. And that would reassure a lot of people.
But they don't actually have to do that, do they, legally?
Well, I think they do. Under the Constitution, there's a debate. The conservatives, some of the small group of conservatives say that what Congress's power under Article 1 is simply to set the maximum spending level. But the Impoundment Act says no, what Congress appropriates, the president has to spend. And it was litigated under Nixon. What I say to my conservative friends is
oh, man, this dude is smart. I didn't even know that. He was like, it was litigated under Nixon. Yo.
Imagine you had someone from the...
That's all they say, hey, get that political science degree if you want to get into politics. I did not know that. You know, shout out to him.
Far left become president. Congress appropriates $900 billion for the Pentagon.
Congress is not concerned with approval ratings. I don't think they care about that. They care about their donors' approvals. They don't care about, like, they call them they donors like every 15 days. Like, hey, we still good, right? All right, good. But you know, the American people don't like, we ain't worried about them. You donating, right? My next campaign. All right, we good. That's how I feel it goes.
Our left president says, no, I'm not going to spend that. I'm only going to spend $200 billion. I mean, give me a break. That would never be constitutional. Obviously, Congress needs to have the authority to spend the money, and the executive branch should go along with it. I think this Supreme Court will affirm that.
Let's turn to the...
Hey, y'all, we got 100 subscribers, and then we're going to be at 117,000 subscribers. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Hopefully, hey, y'all think we can hit 117,000 subscribers tonight? What y'all think? Or you think they're going to try to play with me? What y'all think? Subscribe to the channel. Stop playing, man. I think your boy conservative, black conservative, rocking with your boy.
Confirmation process. It looks
black
like
conservative perspective. Shout out to him.
RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard are more likely than not to be confirmed, which means pretty much everyone will have been confirmed apart from Matt Gaetz, who dropped out. I mean, are you surprised at that? Did you expect more of them to fall down?
I am a bit surprised, just because most presidents have a number of cabinet members who don't make it. But I think it is a testament to Donald Trump's complete control over the Republican Party.
I'm not playing. He rocking with your boy, bro. I rock with him. Look, I'm on his channel, bro. It's me. He got like 894,000 subscribers. Well, he got a lot of videos, though. 6,700. He deserved that. He deserved all them subscribers. Shout out to him. I'm on there, bro. He rocking with your boy. Like, he shout me like that. Shout out to him. It's okay. Subscribe to me. We had RFK saying thug life. Shout out to him. Craig Wilson with the 199 said it's definitely possible, bro. Shout out to him, bro. I ain't even like asking for like 1 million. Y'all be playing, bro. 800,000 is cool. Give me 800,000. Show me. Hey, John. Hey. Jaleel, you know, hey, don't I deserve it right now? Like, come on, bro. We had thousands of people saying they was voting for Trump. FBA said I make $30 an hour. Shout out to you, bro.
I was elected to Congress when he was elected in his first term, and people, Republicans, would kind of snicker behind his back and say, this was a fluke, he's not going to last. But to your point, I heard your earlier segment, I mean, this is the most popular he has been, and he certainly has complete control of the Republican Party.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing I think that people like is that Trump is doing a lot of stuff. Now, you may not agree with all of it, but I do think, you know, leaders generally who act and do things that they said they were going to do when they were campaigning, they tend to be pretty popular.
Look, there's no doubt that he knows the politics of theatrics, and I don't say that dismissively. I mean, the visuals of him signing executive orders and the week of doing things and being energetic, I think it was a contrast to President Biden. I think one of our challenges with President Biden is he needed to be out there more, showing the energy. We had a lot of good policies of chips manufacturing coming back, batteries plants coming back, but we didn't show that sense of energy. The thing, though, I think Trump has to be careful about, I was just in Pennsylvania. I talked to someone who voted for him, who would still vote for him, and she said, said, well, I thought he was going to cut my taxes on overtime pay.
Yo, I knew Candace Owens was about to go in on Taylor Swift. She said Taylor Swift booed. I blame Ryan Reynolds. I love Candace. Like, hey, let's watch her real quick. Shout out to them. It's my girl, bro. I don't care what nobody say. Hey, Candace, I don't care what nobody ever say about you. I'm riding with you until the wheels fall off.
All right, you guys, happy Monday. Obviously, the Super Bowl was last night. Unsurprisingly, Taylor Swift did not attend with Blake Lively, but she did get booed. And that was a surprise. That has got to signify...
Hey, hold on. I got to change this title, right? Because we're talking about Taylor Swift. We got to get into that algorithm. I only got 100,000 views on this. That ain't enough. She got like 700-some thousand on hers. Candace, you know I rock with you. I got to copy you a little bit. Hold on. Let me do this. Let me do this. Okay, all right. So Taylor Swift booed. Yes. Taylor Swift, I'm sorry. You got to get this work. Taylor Swift, what this title... What's this title sound like, y'all? I need y'all approval. Taylor Swift booed. Trump TDS has lefties in a tailspin. Trump Bret Baer interview. We're putting everything in the title.
A new era for her. I totally blame Ryan Reynolds. I'm going to tell you why. Also,
yo, she blaming Ryan Reynolds is crazy. Shout out to her though.
So speaking of the Deadpool devil, you are not going to believe this, but
what did Ryan Reynolds say about y'all better? Hey, Ryan Reynolds, you better leave Candace Owens alone. Hold on, Ryan Reynolds. Okay, Candace Owens. I'm gonna see what he said. He had to say something. Sneak this. Hold up. We gotta see if he sneaked this to her, bro. It says Candace Owens demands Ryan Reynolds be deported amid Blake Lively's lawsuit trial. Hey, somebody stop her. She is wildin'. The level of petty Candace Owens. What'd she say? Hold on, let me stop this. Candace Owens demands Ryan Reynolds be deported amid Blake Lively's lawsuit drama. Conservative commentator Candace Owens has not held back in her criticism of Ryan Reynolds amid the ongoing legal battle involving his wife, Blake Lively. And it ends with us co-starring Justin Baldwin. Lively filed a lawsuit against Baldwin in December 2024, alleging inappropriate behavior and accusing him of orchestrating a smear campaign against her. In response, Baldwin's attorney, Brian Friedman, denied the allegations in a statement to the New York Times. It says, as a legal battle involving Blake Lively, Justin Baldwin, and Ryan Reynolds unfolds, Candace Owens has now entered the conversation. That's my girl, bro. Let's see what she's saying. Uh-oh. And it says, during an episode of her show, Candace Owens stated that she believes the Deadpool star should be deported back to Canada. Get him, Candace! The Wolverine movie wasn't that good. Thug Life, the beginning was fire. The NSYNC part, the Bye Bye Bye, I was singing it. It was lit. But the rest of the movie wasn't all that. And I'm sick of Ryan Reynolds in all these movies. Saying what it is. Rock with you, but you and everything. No, we ain't about to do that. I said Trump should deport Ryan Reynolds back to Canada. This is a way of the left and the right to come together, she added. We can all agree the moral crimes committed by Ryan Reynolds against Justin Baldwin are high treason. Owens continued, I'm not suggesting there was a collision between a married couple, but I am saying that I collude with my husband because we are a married couple. These WME execs, they're going to have some tough conversations. You do not want to believe execs at a very tippy top are being essentially threatened or bullied or coerced or extorted by a couple like Ryan Reynolds and Blake or Taylor Swift. The 35-year-old told her listeners, these Hollywood types think we are stupid. They think they just need a PR machine and the right reporter at the Hollywood Reporter. So I don't know what y'all think. Craig Wilson with the 199, he said, Candace can get it. Shout out to you. Respect BA said Candace is a baddie and smart. And then Smoking Fire with the 99-cent donation. Shout out to you, said 100. So, yo, Candace ain't playing, bro. Like, yo, she didn't went after Ryan Reynolds. This is crazy. I want to continue. I'm not suggesting there was a collision. Okay, I already read that. All right, Thug Life said the conservative commentator alleges that the source informed her that Ryan Reynolds came across something in the "It Ends With Us" script that set him off. Yesterday, I received a tip from someone who allegedly worked on the set of "It Ends With Us." Lately, everyone is bashing Blake Lively, but apparently the true villain in this saga is Ryan Reynolds. The 35-year-old wrote via her Instagram stories. Here is what I think likely happened, she continued. My opinion, Ryan Reynolds is grossly insecure. This in part motivated by the fact that he dates and has married women who are almost a decade younger than him. Final thought. It says, final thoughts. I think Ryan Reynolds is unhinged. I think Blake was fine with everything in the movie she signed on for, hence not requesting an intimacy coordinator. And then all that changed. One day her husband showed up to the set and allegedly blew a fuse, Owens concluded. Blake Lively and Justin Bodani filed lawsuit against each other. The legal battle between Blake Lively and Justin Bodani began after both parties filed lawsuit against each other in a high-profile dispute stemming from their work on It Ends With Us. Lively initially sued Bodani for harassment in December 2024, months after the film's August release. In her legal complaint, she accused Bodani of launching a negative publicity campaign against her, a claim that gained widespread attention following a report by the New York Times. In response, Bodani has countersued Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, for $400 million, alleging that the couple used their star power to damage his career. He has also filed a separate defamation lawsuit against the New York Times. Yo, this is crazy. They going after that money. One of the more striking claims in Bodani's lawsuit details an alleged conversation in which Lively reported referenced Reynolds and her close friend Taylor Swift in an attempt to intimidate her. According to Bodani's filing, it says Lively likened herself to Game of Thrones character. I haven't watched that, so I can't even pronounce that. Famously known as the mother of dragons, stating, I have a lot of dragons. Additionally, Bodani's legal team has accused Lively and her representatives of manipulating text messages exchanged between his publicists to make it appear as though they were conspiring against her. The alleged alterations reportedly led to severe online harassment targeted the publicists after the messages surfaced. So, okay, that's interesting. It says, in an effort to refute Lively's claim, Bodani's attorney Brian Friedman released behind-the-scenes footage from the set of It Ends With Us. The video was intended to contradict Lively's account of the uncomfortable interaction that allegedly took place during a slow dance scene in the film. According to Lively's complaint, Bodani had leaned in during the scene and slowly dragged his lip from her ear down to her neck while saying it smells so good. However, the footage presents a different version of the events. In the clip, Lively can be heard joking, I'm probably getting spray tan on you, to which Bodani laughed and responded, it smells good. This chick, she is capping! At the legal battle, it said, as the legal battle continues, both parties remain steadfast in their positions, which with each side expected to present further evidence to support their claim as the case unfolds. So they're trying to sue Ryan Reynolds and his wife for like $400 million. And then she capping about the events that happened because they got the footage. They released the footage. I guess the attorney released the footage showing that, like, she was saying that, oh, I'm going to get my spray tan on you. I'm going to get my spray tan. You know what I'm saying? And he was just like, oh, well, it smells good, though. And she trying to get money up out of that? I'm like, nah, bro. Candace always exposed them.
His feelings surrounding the creation of the Mr. Nice Pool character, aka Justin Baldoni, were captured and recorded in a book. He spoke about why he created this character, and it's extremely dark. It is truly dark to read this. You're not going to believe it. Also, Tucker Carlson said something that absolutely should not have offended anyone, but it did. So we're going to talk about that. And I haven't.
Thank you, YouTube, for releasing the claim that Kendrick Lamar put on my video. Now it's going back public. Thank you. YouTube has been very, very good to me the past couple years. You did not win this, Kendrick. YouTube! We have released the claim. Thug Life! I did not use your music, Kendrick. I didn't use your music. Stop playing with me. Go on Twitter if you want to know all about that. I posted it on my Twitter. Yeah, respect VA. They released it.
An amazing update for those of you who are hanging on for my Australia.
You didn't win that, Kendrick. You didn't win that. Thug Life. Because I didn't use your music, bro. You bugging.
The tour. All that coming up on Candace.
Let's see my girl talking about, my homegirl that I don't know. I got to say that because she's a lawyer. I don't want her to be like, Piper Boy said he know me, taking him to court. I don't know her. Shout out to her Thug Life. I do want to know her, though.
A negative 1% chance that Taylor Swift is showing up with Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. That is, just put it out of your mind, because she has proven time and time again, no matter what you think about her, whether you love her, whether you hate her, she cares deeply about what the public thinks. That is just a fact, whether you think that's a good thing, that we can kind of manipulate who she's friends with.
And y'all know Candace Owens about to go in on Taylor Swift, right? Because Taylor Swift came out and spoke against MAGA. Well, she didn't speak against MAGA. She basically said she wasn't supporting Trump. So, you know, she got to get it. She getting the smoke from Candace. Candace don't play. You don't do that. Could have kept quiet, Taylor. But Taylor wanted to make her, she messed around with this football player. She wanted to make her voice heard. And it cost her getting booed. And I loved every second of the boo. It is what it is. Sorry, Taylor Swift.
There have been plenty of examples of that, right? First and foremost, Matt Healy. Everyone forgot about Matt Healy. She was like really deep into that for a couple of weeks or a month or whatever until her fans said no. And she cared so much about that. He was caught on a podcast saying something about Ice Spice that she then became friends with Ice Spice. Because
48 subscribers and we're going to reach 117,000 subscribers. Shout out to everybody that's been subscribed, but y'all still playing with me. Hit the like button, double tap the screen, hit the subscribe. Stop playing.
She was like, I cannot have this, and she left Matt Healy. Then, of course, notoriously, the Kanye West debacle over the lyric. They were, quote unquote, best friends. They had a phone call discussing the lyric. The public heard the lyric, freaked out, didn't like the lyric. Taylor Swift suddenly was like not okay with any part, or she didn't mention the phone call, but we know it wasn't good for her brand anymore, and she moved on. And now we have Blake Lively, and they've been friends for 10 years. And I am telling you...
they've been friends for 10 years. Oh, I know where Candace about to go with this. Okay, all right, let's listen to this.
I knew leading up to the Super Bowl, godmother or not a godmother, she will throw the god babies out with the bathwater. That's just a fact, okay?
Hold up.
Now, I thought she was going to attend with Kansas City wags, the wives and the girlfriends, and maybe Jason Kelsey's wife, but she didn't do that. She wound up attending again with Ice Spice, who she went to the Super Bowl with last year. The Haim sisters, I still have no idea who they are, but she hangs out with them a lot. I'm aging out. I don't need to know who everybody is in culture. I just know that she is friends with them. And that was her entry into the arena. But the big news that no one...
Shout out to Taylor Swift, though. I don't want to throw no shade. I don't want them Swifties coming at me. Shout out to all the Swifties and all that. I ain't got no problem with y'all. We just... I didn't like your political opinions. That's all I want to say.
Expected was that she got booed. Taylor Swift got booed. I don't think I have ever seen a clip anywhere ever since the dawn of her career of her getting booed. So let's watch that.
We've already seen it. I don't want to watch that again.
On her a lot better than the look that she had last year. She looks a lot better. Never want to be a hater. Secondly, you can see she's quite startled by this. A lot of people enjoyed it. I think no matter what, getting booed in a stadium, it just doesn't feel good. You know, a little piece of me does feel very bad because it's super embarrassing. Like I said, no matter how famous or how rich you are or how secure you are, getting booed like that in a stadium it's embarrassing. It just is. And I think it's leading to a lot of questions rather than people debating or being like, I'm pro Taylor or anti Taylor. It's a cultural moment that should be discussed, which is why was Taylor Swift booed? She's coming off of her Eras tour. She is arguably one of the top 5 most famous people in the world. And some people rushed and said, oh, that's just the nature of football. No, let's not take that excuse. It's not because it's football. Okay. She was at the Super Bowl last year. She was in the middle of her
Craig Wilson, he says, shout out to the Swifties. It's hilarious. Shout out to the Swifties, though. We're not gonna roll on them. We gonna let them live. You know what I'm saying? But Taylor had to get that boo real quick. She been wilding politically. So she's entitled to believe whatever she wants. You know what I'm saying? But people gonna replay that boo.
Eras tour when she was at the Super Bowl last year, and she did not get booed. She also has been on the sidelines following the Kansas City Chiefs around. And obviously the NFL has spotlighted her all throughout the season, and she has not been booed. Some people say, well, it's because of politics. Well, that doesn't make sense either because Donald Trump was there, okay? And he received a roarous applause despite the fact that people have strong feelings against him. And
he said, I'm media trained. Hey, man, like, this is what I learned. Respect. Yeah, we're going to get back to this because this is a reaction. I got to stop it periodically and talk. You when you doing stuff like this, you got to be careful what you say because you will never, bro, I've been hit up by so many people that you would never think. And I'll be keeping some things low, like like how you be feeling yourself like, oh, this person hit me. Like, bro, you don't know who's watching. That's all I want to say. So the Swifties, they everywhere, bro. You don't know, like, they get down, bro. Like, I'm not about to make Swifties mad, bro. Like,
of course, everywhere he goes, there's going to be a chance that some people don't like him. And so I don't accept any of those excuses. And I think something else is happening. And I think what could be happening is that the world is starting to register some Taylor Swift fatigue. Okay. And part of this, absolutely.
Now, see, this is a dangerous game that Candace is playing, though, to be real. Like, when she's saying, like, the world is starting to have some Taylor Swift fatigue, the dangerous part, right? She's a lawyer, so she kind of knows what she's doing, I would think, right? But the dangerous part, because you're right on that, Candace Owens, like, don't just look at 3.8 million views. 3.8 million subscribers and think that's it. Like, Candace is big on the internet. If she tweets something, it's going to get insane amount of traction. I don't even know how she got as popular as she has. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I know, like, the Republican Party, like, they rock with people. And she's smart. It's just, like, the way she blew up was crazy. Right? AOC, I kind of, you know what I mean? It's like, why is AOC I see her being, like, way more popular than, like, AOC. But AOC's, like, super popular. But, like, her popularity, I feel like, came out of nowhere. But she's smart, so she kind of, like, is good for being, like, popular, right? But the line is, you go from having an opinion, blogging, to like affecting somebody's sales. You know what I mean? When you're this big, like a Candace Owens. So when she's saying things like, you know, Americans are starting to get, you know, Taylor Swift fatigue, and she's kind of going in on her, like that's like Taylor Swift at any given time. You know, she powerful. How many? Ain't Taylor Swift worth like $1 billion or something crazy? Like she can send like a firm at Candace Owens. Hold on. Let me see. Net worth. $1.6 billion is what Taylor Swift net worth is. And, you know, she got up there because she was smart and she's her own, like she writes most of her songs. She owns almost all of her masters. So that's how she ended up getting that number up so quick. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Taylor Swift, all that. She getting that money, getting that bag. You're starting to look a little bit better than me. You know what I mean? Before I used to look at Taylor Swift like, I don't know. Now I'm like, 1.6. But, you know, when you Candace Owens and you putting stuff out here, you can affect things. It's not like, you know, Piper Boy Williams talking about something. An artist at the scale of a Taylor Swift. Bro, let me show y'all this. Look at that. $1.6 billion. Me saying something is not going to affect her. You know what I mean? Her saying something is a big deal. Let's just go. Let me show y'all something real quick. Let me show you just her Twitter. Like, not to mention, she got TikTok, all of that. Let's go to Candace Owens. She got 6.6 million people following her. She's a bona fide celebrity, right? Look at the traction she gets from posting something. Just commenting on something, she got 23,000 likes, 2,000 retweets, 522 comments. She's just commenting on something. This is crazy. 9,500. She just said something. 9,500 people engage just to like it. Not to mention all the retweets and comments. You know what I'm saying? She got books. She got all of this, bro. She is a brand, bona fide brand that can tear you down. Like if Candace Owens decided I'm going at Piper Boy Williams right now and I had to have a blogging war with her, I'm going to have a problem. Like with a fan base like that. You see what I'm saying? But like looking at it on an artist standpoint, like she's playing a serious game. You know what I mean? To where she got to be very cautious about what she says. So it's interesting, like when we see a person like her go at a Taylor Swift or go at Lively or I'm sorry, Ryan Reynolds, it's interesting to see how she's gonna play it because she's not approaching it like a regular blogger would. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot more at risk with a brand like Candace Owens. That's why I like tapping in with her and hearing how she addresses certain things, because this channel, like you guys are all a part of the channel, like right? Respect VA, he's a member on the channel. Froggy Megzy, she's a moderator on the channel. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all have been supporting, super chatting and all of that. You know, y'all are kind of like, we all growing together and we learning as we go. And the bigger you get, more people eyes are going to be on you. You know what I'm saying? You already see like politicians have shared like my stuff, if y'all have seen that. Like, so, but we got to be careful about what we say in certain aspects of what we do.
Is because of what is going on with Justin Baldoni and her. She's been in the press a lot.
But they can all get this work. It is what it is. And they know that. Shout outs.
Regarding this unbelievable circumstance of bullying. And even though we can't say that Taylor Swift is guilty.
Bro, if it was somebody said I would vote for Candace Owens. If it was Candace Owens versus Kamala Harris, I'm going with Candace Owens all day. Can you imagine, bro? Not only is this lady, hold on, let me see where my girl at, because I gotta say some things. Hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. This might take a minute. All right. So, not only is Candace Owens fine, beautiful, She's quick with it, smart, family woman, family oriented, values. You know what I mean? It's a strong presence. So like, yeah, I'm voting for her. She's conservative.
Of course, everywhere he goes, there's going to be a chance that some people don't like him. And so I don't accept
Hey, y'all, hit the likes. He's slowing the video down. They got 159,000 views on it. They're trying to slow it down. I guess y'all ain't hitting the likes. Y'all don't like me for some reason. I don't know. Hit the like, subscribe. Somebody subscribe right now. Stop playing.
Those excuses, and I think something else is happening, and I think what could be happening.
Oh, we got 993. We need 7 more, and we're gonna hit 117,000 subscribers. Thug Life, subscribe to the channel. Stop playing with me, Thug Life. What do I gotta do? I'm dancing, y'all. Hit the likes. Subscribe to your boy. Let's see if that worked.
Is that the world is starting to register some Taylor Swift fatigue.
17,000 subscribers. We did it, Candace. We did it. Hey, Kevin Sears said that's a low bar. We're going to get to 1 million one day in about 10 years. Hey, we got to start somewhere, bruh.
And part of this absolutely is because of what is going on with Justin Baldoni and her. She's been in the press a lot regarding this unbelievable circumstance of bullying. And even though we can't say that Taylor Swift is guilty, right, and she's doing everything to basically signal to the media, I will never speak to Blake Lively again. Please do not drag me into this lawsuit. I do think that what's happening is there's something that's starting to emerge about Taylor Swift, and I would call it almost the brand versus the person. And I'm super keen to hear the Swifties on this, because even, like I said, the Swifties really want to get to the bottom of this Justin Baldoni case. And
you see, she even respecting the Swifties. I'm telling y'all, bro. Like, somebody was in the comments like, oh, well, Candace Owens ain't scary like you. Like, bro, you don't play with, like, let me say this, bro. Can we, like, keep it real 100%, right? Thug Life. Y'all subscribe and everything. I'm gonna keep it real with you. There's certain people you play with and certain people you don't, right? You don't play with the Swifties. I'm just keeping it real. Candace knows that. You see how she just addressed the Swifties? You don't play with them. Just saying what it is. Shout out to Candace, shout out to everything she's doing. But we know what it is. Craig Wilson with the 199, he says, subscribe channel Thug Life. Shout out to you. We did it. 117,000. Yeah, but the Swifties, you don't mess with them, bro. You gotta show them a little bit of respect. You know what I mean? It's just what it is, man. They come for you. Y'all think Nicki Minaj crew, what they call them, the Barbs, y'all think they vicious. Taylor Swift, hey, remember the Mafia back in the day? Hey, the Swifties ain't playing. That's all I want to say about that.
Understand what was Taylor Swift's involvement. They're not hot-headed right now. They're not like, well, Blake just used her. In fact, people aren't liking the excuse that Taylor Swift is once again saying that she's been used, right? And I think people are asking questions like, how much of the brand of Taylor Swift, this nice girl who helps out people, is real? Another obvious question is, why was she so close with Blake Lively and Ryan? Because whether we know how much she contributed to this case, or whether we get answers to how much she contributed to this, we can all ask a realistic question, which is, okay, well, why were you friends with these monsters? Right, we all agree that Ryan Reynolds is a monster, and you're going to think even worse of him when I show you this, something that
oh my God, Candace, you are wildin'. Yo, she want him to go back to Canada. He said your boy's a monster. Yo. Shout out to Ashley, just the follower. Shout out to everybody.
He wrote, or he was recorded as saying rather in this book.
Cole G says Swifties are woke.
About Justin Baldoni, nice pool, but you are the company you keep. Okay, you are aware of Blake Lively's personality. You were aware of Ryan Reynolds' personality. There's a reason why the first time Ryan Reynolds even texts with Justin Baldoni, he drops your name. You've been all around speaking about how close you are with them, how much you love them, how much you adore them. You said yes when they asked you to be the godmother. I can't accept that you didn't know this is how they behaved. I won't accept that. I think that's an element of this. And then it leads you down, I think, a path where you go, okay, well, has every ex really been so terrible with Taylor Swift? Was Calvin Harris lying when he said that she operates behind the scenes? I'm summarizing, but he was basically like, I know your move.
Yo, they're trying to destroy Blake Lively. Look, this on Fox News, bro. Justin Baldoni admits he is exhausted, feeling like an imposter after filming Blake Lively movie. Justin Baldoni reveals he was struggling shortly after the release of It Ends With Us, the movie he not only directed but also starred in alongside Blake Lively. Baldoni, 41, admitted wasn't in the best place during a recent episode of Gents Talk podcast and remembers sending texts to a few close people in his life saying that he was exhausted after an intense year. I told him that I was exhausted, that I haven't given myself time to recover or time to heal. Baldoni told host Samir Maroney, I had an intense year, a lot of material success and a lot of emotional stress. It was very hard on me and my family, and I wear a lot of hats and I carry a lot because I love what I do. Lively filed a lawsuit, a harassment suit in December against Baldoni, his Wayfarer studio, and former PR reps. The same day Lively filed her lawsuit, Baldoni filed a $250 million suit against the New York Times for a December article about the alleged smear campaign Baldoni attempted to run against his co-star. I had an intense year, a lot of material success, and a lot of emotional stress. It was very hard on me and my family, and I wear a lot of hats and I carry a lot because I love what I do. Weeks later, Baldoni then named Lively and Reynolds in a separate $400 million lawsuit in which he accused the Hollywood power couple of attempting to hijack It Ends With Us and create their own narrative. In an interview filmed in November 2024, Baldoni explained how much he loved his company and the brand he helped build. Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds losing image war against Justin Baldoni expert. I sent this text this morning and I just said, I love you both. I just need you to know I'm not in the best place, he said. I woke up at 4:30 this morning. My son had the flu. I'm not feeling great. My heart was racing. I'm noticing that I'm having some anxiety. And when I check in with myself, I've realized that I haven't given myself the time to heal from this year that I needed. So let's prioritize our time and let's make sure the things we say yes to are the things we really feel will move the needle forward and can have impact, right? And it says, Baldoni sent a similar text message in a spirit of vulnerability to his assistant and also his press representative, what's her name? Jennifer Abel. I feel like an imposter all the time. I bring that up because you asked me, what do you need to know about who I am? Baldoni said, who I am is a work in progress, and who I am is someone who is always trying to be radically sincere and authentic to myself so that I can be of service in the best way possible and have the most impact. Sometimes I can get lost in the same way that everyone gets lost, but healing isn't linear and growth isn't linear. And if you do not have setbacks and you do not have plateaus, then you do not have the opportunity to regroup and to push forward. So I don't know. What y'all think about that?
Moves, you use the media to go after people. Remember that moment where Icarus almost flew too close to the sun with Taylor Swift, and Calvin Harris said some stuff, but at that moment the world wasn't ready to hear that, and he got attacked for saying that, like, oh my gosh, how could he do this? And he was basically saying she's playing a media game. Are people starting to go back and revisit that? Is she really always just being used and being treated terribly? Or should we accept some of the lyrics in her songs when she tells us that she's the author of a lot of that she controls things behind the scenes? Is that just being art? Is she just using art and being in
Yo, what's up with Candace? Bro, I put Candace Owens on, my views jumped. Y'all love Candace Owens. I do too, Thug Life. It is what it is. I get it. Yo, hey, Craig Wilson, I put Candace Owens on and we jumped like 70,000 views. Shout out to Candace. Let's see what she's talking about.
Imagining herself as that person? Or is Taylor Swift a media empire that is able to get out a narrative regarding various topics? And those narratives are sometimes not always in line with the truth. Are people getting Taylor Swift fatigue, I would say, is the question. Okay. And my producer getting into the presentation of her versus the reality of who she might be. My producer pointed out something that is incredibly interesting that we should have picked up on and discussed before. Okay. Back in 2016, notoriously, Kesha accused Dr. Luke of sexual abuse. And there was this image of her, which was plastered everywhere. It was just like at the beginning of the Me Too movement, of her in the back of a courtroom crying when a judge decided that she was not able to simply, leave her case, leave her contract with Sony. And I think Dr. Luke owned 6 albums. She hadn't delivered them and she was crying. And just that picture, without people really knowing the facts of the case, got people to react. And suddenly all of these celebrities started donating to her legal fees. And one of those celebrities, by the way, was Taylor Swift. She instantly jumped in 2016 and donated $250,000. And she had her team make a public statement. A representative for her said, quote, "In a show of support, Taylor Swift has donated $250,000 to Kesha to help with any of her financial needs during this trying time." Okay, fine. And I want to also be clear, it's not the first time that she did that. Way back in 2013, and I, by the way, to this day will say I believe this happened to Taylor Swift, like she was telling the truth 100%. Remember you had that weird, creepy radio guy who grabbed her butt. And you could see it here. And there's just no way she took this guy to court for 4 years because it didn't happen. She took a stance and was like, this is unacceptable. Kept him in court for 4 years. In 2017, she wins the court case for $1 because she just wanted to send a message about how what he did was not okay. Very good. And then she decided to donate on top of that in 2017.
Wait, $1.
There's just no way she took this guy to court for 4 years because it didn't happen. She took a stance and was like, this is unacceptable. Kept him in court for 4 years. In 2017, she wins the court case for $1 because she just wanted to send a message about how what he did was not okay. Very good. And then she decided to donate on top of that in 2017 to assault victims, right? Here's the headline in Reuters: Taylor Swift donates to assault victims group after groping win. Okay. So very happy to hear that. Then that instantly just makes us go, okay, well, wait a second. If all of that is how she reacts to sexual assault, do you mean to tell me that she then has a best friend of 10 years, okay? 10 years her and Blake Lively have been friends. And her best friend has selected Taylor Swift to be the godmother of her children, okay? They're all over the place together. They're being photographed. They're sharing each other's secrets. They're telling each other everything. They're basically branding each other together, going through relationships, a decade of friendships. Her and Ryan Reynolds, I think she said Ryan Reynolds was like a brother to her or whatever it was that we covered.
First of all, shout out to y'all. I see y'all hitting the hundreds in the chat. I can see that. Somebody says, hard to speak facts. Somebody said, how you sue someone for $1. I think what Taylor Swift wanted to do is just drag the guy through court and to make you can't just do stuff like that. You know what I mean? Some dudes be wilding. She's a person. You can't just violate somebody. So she wanted to drag him through court, and he's gonna have to pay a lot of legal fees and stuff like that. But she said she don't need the money, but she wanted to make an example out of him. And hey, if a dude's doing that, I ain't mad at her. I think she should have done worse. You know what I'm saying? If somebody does something like that to you, put them in jail. I think she should have done worse, like, to be real. But you know how people are? Like, you know, she got to be thinking about public perception and all of this. And she ended up putting somebody in jail. Like, people will be looking at her like crazy, even though the dude deserves it. You know, so it's kind of an interesting situation. But I think she should have sued him for more money, and I think she should have, like, put him in jail. That's what I think. ZTG, shout out to you. He said you to go. Appreciate you.
When she was promoting Deadpool for him. And now we have December of 2024, and her best friend comes out and says, it happened to me too. You know, I was sexually harassed by Justin Baldoni. It's terrible. You're going to tell me these girls were not speaking about this all year, knowing what we know now, knowing that Blake has come out and said Taylor was with her every step of the way. She was with you every step of the way in the making of this movie, which means that you were speaking to her throughout this movie, talking to her about this horrific incident that happened to you. You're so close. And yet you drop this lawsuit and Taylor Swift elects to remain silent. You guys buying that? Are you guys buying that Taylor Swift would choose to remain silent if she thought or knew that the allegations that were being made against Justin Baldoni are true? No, you're not buying that. I'm not buying that. And here's what I want to say to you about that, because what it signals to me is that Brian Friedman needs to get this girl on the stand yesterday. I am telling you, he needs to depose Taylor Swift because she knows something. What it signals to me is that she maybe knew that Blake and Ryan were orchestrating a plan in order to take over this movie. Okay?
Okay.
Like I said, everything about what had happened as I was reading through this lawsuit just it reminded me of Taylor Swift in terms of the Deadpool stuff, like dropping an album, dropping all of these Easter eggs, saying all of these things on Instagram. It felt to me like a Taylor Swift album. And then we found out that she was close, like she was involved in all of this stuff. And I'm just going, what's going on? And it is actually the loudest silence in all of this is that Taylor Swift did not make a statement when that was filed. And she for sure would have known, given the nature of their relationship, that it was going to be filed. So what gives? What gives? Ironically, in the Dr. Luke situation, he may have been a guy before his
Yo, Megyn Kelly's got 3.3 million subscribers. Yo, she got a lot of videos though. She deserves it. She got 8,400 videos. Shout out to her.
Time, but his defense was this sexual abuse did not happen. Rather, Kesha is making these allegations because she wants to change her contract. I'm saying that's just a little bit of irony here, okay? Anyways, moving on from that, Ryan Reynolds, if you have not seen him, he's been spotted out in public a few times in New York, also at an event. He now looks exceedingly thin. He's lost a lot of weight, showing that he is stressed. Again, I do not wish bad for him and Blake. I don't wish bad on anybody. I just want, I'm almost like asympathetic. I feel nothing for them. I have no sympathy for them. And I just want them to get what they have coming to them, which is for people to recognize who these people are. Okay. And so in an amazingly psychotic find, someone that I used to work with texted me this weekend, and we just like kind of get deep in the trenches together on like research stuff the whole time. We're just like obsessive about things. And she randomly texted me and she informs me that Ryan Reynolds actually has a book that is published. It's not like he didn't write the book, but essentially, and this is some Comic-Con stuff, guys. Like literally,
I like how she said that he didn't write the book.
like if you're deep into Marvel Universe or DC Universe, you may know about these things. I definitely did not know about these things, but they create these books essentially about all of the movies, and they're sort of these art books. This one's called Marvel Studios, Deadpool and Wolverine, the art of the movie. I know there's going to be someone watching this that's like very into the comic universe stuff, and they're going to be like, Kanish, you're describing this wrong. I'm doing my best, okay? Essentially what that is, it's a gallery of never before seen artwork, which is the description, and exclusive lithographs and in-depth interviews with the creative team. So these are creative.
Hey, I got a question for y'all in the chat. When y'all are watching, do commercials play? Because I like lower the amount of commercials. Like, so y'all, somebody in the chat tell me, when you're like just watching this, do commercials play or not?
By going to the team, speaking to the characters, and asking them, people that have made this movie, essentially the original artwork, the lithograph, whatever, and then saying like, tell me how and why you created this character.
Respect VA said no. Oh, okay.
And so they sit down.
Jamie said, yeah. Well, do y'all have like YouTube Studio? What was it called? YouTube Premium? You said not if you're live. You said no. Oh, okay.
With these characters and the people that created them, and they ask them questions. And I am scared. I am so scared. So I'm going to read you directly what Ryan had to say when they sat down with him to discuss Nice Pool. Okay, I'm going to show you this, and then I'll give you the exact quotation. You can pull this up. This is from the book. I ordered it. This cost me $80. I spent $80 on this so that you don't have to. It doesn't arrive until tonight, but I was able. She was able to. She found it actually on like a super niche YouTube page of somebody who just goes through these like Marvel art books or whatever, and she was able to screen grab it. And then I ordered it, but it doesn't arrive until 10 p.m. tonight. Darn you, Amazon.
Okay, Jamie Leah said. Jamie Leah, where have you been at? I haven't seen you. Jamie Leah 87.
Needed it for the show by today, but it's okay. Anyways, it says, in one respect, Nice Pool is everything Deadpool wishes he was. Reynolds says, you know, easy, breezy, gorgeous, hair, normal face, gold-plated 50 caliber Desert Eagle pistols, and this beautiful suit. But the thing that Deadpool is most covetous of is, of course, Dogpool. Okay, just pausing there. Okay, so he is saying, now that we understand what this character was created for, is that as Ryan Reynolds, actually, who I want to be is Justin Baldoni, right? He's got this presentation, he's easy, he's breezy, we have him in this beautiful suit, but the one thing that Deadpool is the most coveted of is, of course, Dogpool. We know that Dogpool is Blake Lively, okay? Like, this is so creepy. So creepy. Okay, it goes on. So Nice Pool.
Yo, we got 46 million views on this channel. That's crazy. That's insane. I never looked at that before. Did y'all know that? Like, I didn't even look at that.
Initially just existed to serve the purpose of introducing Dogpool, but then it evolved and it grew. The idea appealed of creating this character based on guys you find in the zeitgeist right now who are faux nice. They may present as very progressive and enlightened. Nice Pool himself identifies as a feminist, but the truth is very different. They're talking about themselves as these incredible allies, but underneath that, there's something a little false and probably awful, Reynolds says. I liked that this guy was kind of paving over all of this shit-headery, pardon my language.
I've never heard Candace Owens say a bad word ever. Oh my God.
With his esoteric hot yoga, chakra balancing nonsense and his little top notch.
You said, am I living well? I don't know. I think I'm all right.
And all that stuff. So we plant this seed early that he's a little fake spiritual, but he also may be the kind of piece of shit. It just allows us to not feel too bad about taking his life brutally. End quote. I'm like,
you said people that have far less are rich. It just depends. Like, it depends.
What is going on? Like, we created this character so that I could kill him. We created this character and we were planting the seeds early that you shouldn't like this character, so at the end we could overkill him. We showed you, like, I think I showed you on my Instagram, was you couldn't show you like how many times he shot and killed Nice Pool. And it's funny because my editor said to me when I watched the movie, it was weird because Nice Pool seemed nice. And then there was this just scene of him just killing him. And there's no way to look at this other than to recognize that Ryan was living out his fantasy of killing Justin Baldoni.
No, Candace did not just say that, bro. She is not letting up on Ryan Reynolds. She is going in, bro. What y'all think in the comment section? What do y'all think about this whole Ryan Reynolds and Baldoni and, you know, the Blake Lively? Like, what do y'all think about this?
Via the movie Deadpool. And that there is like no way to normalize that or to excuse that. He was living out a fantasy of killing Justin Baldoni. Like, that's the reality, okay? What about this?
Candace is not. Somebody said that Candace Owens says bad words a lot. No, she doesn't. Like, bro, you know how many like whole like videos of Candace Owens we've reacted to within the past like 6 months? We've reacted to a lot of her episodes, like the whole like almost the whole episodes sometimes. And she doesn't, like, we barely ever hear her saying bad words. Craig Wilson with the 199 said, well, there goes your monetization. She ain't saying that much, you know what I'm saying? But like if you do that a lot, yeah. Yo, we got 2 million views in 28 days. I didn't even know that. Yo, y'all been going crazy hitting that like button. 6,103 subscribers in 28 days. Shout out to y'all.
Down to like his hair was somehow Justin Baldoni was driving him insane. He talks about everything Justin Baldoni speaks about on his Instagram. I told you when I crawled through it. I mean, there's just no question that this character that he created late in the day, which we went through the timeline, he added, like, tacked all of these scenes on late in the day when principal filming for photography parting was already over. And then he's like, let's get the gang back together so I can fantasize about murdering Justin Baldoni.
All right, we about to get up out of here. You said she's in love with Ryan. I don't know. I wonder if he said something about her and they got back to her. But you know, like a Candace Owens, if she's going at you, it's deeper than you think, right? Because you notice she's talking about this Justin Baldoni situation or whatever. And then you see Fox News is talking about it. If I type in his name, it's like a lot of Republican sites are talking about it. So we don't know the real reason behind a lot of this. You know what I mean? Like we know surface level. Okay, Candace Owens is making a live talking about it. Some people think it's no big deal, but I mean, she got 700, almost 800,000 views in 7 hours. It's a big deal, you know. And then you got all these other news articles like talking about it and stuff. So like, I don't know why like this is becoming big. Like, I don't know. Other than, you know, the Taylor Swift attachment, he said that's so crazy. It makes me tickle my, yo, you crazy, bro. And then Ross said, why is PDT Trump is here? Anthony said, knows. Rock said, Candace and her team really do their homework. I love how thorough they are. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty good. Her investigative team is really good.
Tony. Very, very strange. Makes me uncomfortable. Kind of reminds me of, like, for people that were watching Deadpool, it's kind of like when I was 13 and you're listening to Eminem and you're like, yeah, Slim Shady, it's amazing. He's going to kill Kim. He's going to kill Kim. He's going to kill Kim. And then you get older and you're like, is Kim okay? Like, it's like, can somebody check on Kim? He's bringing out blowout dolls and fantasizing about.
Yo! All right, y'all. I'm going to let y'all watch the rest of this. Shout out to Candace Owens. We love you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, your content is fire. You know, you do a good service out here. You know what I mean? For everybody. We rock with her all the way. Shout out to Candace. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody. We got 100 and how many views we got on here? I don't even know. I want to talk about like some hip hop entertainment real quick. You know what I'm saying? We got I think we got like 300 subscribers this session. View wise, what do we got? We got 191,000 views. Y'all wowing. Shout out to y'all. I see all them hearts. That's what's up. Hey, y'all know y'all making people mad at me, bro. Like, can I keep it real with y'all? Because y'all got this channel doing so many views. Like, people like what I normally do content and they mad. They be mad. They be like sneak dissing me. Like, oh, a Piper Boy Williams, he get fake views. Like, they don't even be looking at all these comments. All these comments. Like, it's crazy. All the subscribers, all that, they don't even be looking at it. They just be mad. But I shout y'all out. You know what I mean? That means we doing something right when people get mad and they start hating. You know what I mean? But shout out to everybody. Come ready, subscribe. Let me know what y'all you said we need 200K next week. Hey, we need 200K. I need 20,000 in my pockets right now. That's my plea to the government. Immediately. We're cleaning up America. Froggy Megzy needs a 200K. Respect VA needs 60K. Love Top needs 90K. Diana's comment said, people say really weird things. I think you're a cool guy. I appreciate you. But shout out to all the Republican commentators and big bloggers and stuff. Like they've been showing the page. A lot of people, like a lot of Elon Musk friends on Twitter, have been like sharing my videos and stuff like that, and that did a lot of traction. That blew my TikTok up. I went from 900 followers up to like 35,200. So shout out to them. You know what I mean? Like, and that's like in less than a week. So I appreciate that. But I'm out, y'all. Come rate, subscribe.